Hello and a very good afternoon, good morning. Welcome back to Crafters TV. Indeed, if you are joining us for the first time today, a very warm welcome. Welcome to Thursday. Hopefully, wherever you are watching us from today, it's a little bit warmer than it is here in the northeast. It is blooming freezing today. We've had snow and everything from near tropical weather earlier in the week to snow wrapping up, getting the old long johns on today. It is a little bit chilly. Thank you for joining us. You've come on a brilliant day, may I just say, because not only have we got a fantastic brand new launch for you, which if you were watching earlier, you will have seen a sneaky peek of the brand new Grande Edgeables, but we have also got some amazing crafty guests with us as well. Two of my favourite people in craft are here and have been here for all of the morning. The lovely Carol and Hayley, the Dreamees. How are you guys?
Hello, good, thank you. Fine, thank you.
It's lovely to see you as always, but I don't know if you want to explain it or I should explain it, but it's been a bit of a busy morning, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. We've lost a fair few of the new things and some of the returning things as well, which is amazing. Thank you to everyone that's been buying.
If you were tuning in thinking, oh good, the Dreamees are back, I'll get that the little tool, the pickup tool, that's sold out. If you were thinking, oh they're bringing the Crafter at Work MDF kit, I'll got now that's sold out, and we've had items go limited as well. But you've got a lovely selection of well, some of the goodies that we have got left, haven't you?
Yes.
So I'm going to be demoing something along these lines. So this is welcome to my happy place. Obviously it can be men, it can be women. If I tilt it the right way. So something along those lines I'm going to be demoing with the stencils as well, if we've still got those. And then one of the teapots, which I know the customers asked about these. So yeah, and then I've just decorated the back a little bit as well. So we're going to be demoing something like that hopefully as well.
What have you got, Hayley?
Well, I thought I'd share with you, in case you missed the show earlier, this is the demo that came second in demo of the show. So this is one that we did last off, so using those lovely cathedral windows. Also, this one is just a favourite that I've got. I love using the bird cages, so that's from the Love Always and the sugared blooms on there. And then finally, this is actually one that I'm going to get to demo. So this is using the doily as a shaped card.
Wow.
In fact, oh, I thought it was upside down then. No, it's just me.
You're upside down?
Yeah, I'm always upside down, me. But yeah, so we'll be doing some flower making on that as well.
I'm really looking forward to it. You'll be seeing both Hayley and Carol 4 o'clock roundabout, so that's 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. What I will say to you, and I'll stress it again, it's always the case, you know this by now, but whenever the Dreamees are here, items do fly. We've had 6 sellouts already. And I know some of the items that we've just seen there as well, stock levels are already flying out the door. So if you see something you want, make sure you grab it before the ladies return a little bit later on. Thank you for now. We, before then, have got 2 hours of a brand new launch. It's me for the next 54 minutes, and then you've got the lovely Becky Redican, who's going to be here with you as well. So, who is the crafty genius who's going to be taking us to crafty genius, isn't it me? Who is the amazing crafter that we've got the other side of the studio who is going to be showing you this brand new launch, the Grande Edgeable collection? It is the one and only Hottie Scotty, Mr. America, Craig Laird. You're right.
That was, you know, it's been all over social media this morning that I'm on launch day, so that was no surprise to anyone.
Oh, I gave you the big build-up and it was...
Yeah, no. You know what I always want? You know that big lifting platform that Rey Mysterio
He jumps out on, yeah.
It just catapults him up. That's what we need.
Maybe you can speak to John when he comes back off his break. See if you can like fashion something, you know, so that you, when you do come on, you literally, it's like, it's Craig, and you're like, wow!
Yeah, like that. That was good.
That would be good.
That made it look as though there was actually a platform.
Did it?
Yeah, it did. I'm going to learn from you in the future.
Fireworks as well.
Fireworks, pyro, smoke, everything.
Yeah.
We'll go for that.
Yeah, we'll get it next time you're in.
Next time we're in. Next time we're in. Right, let's have a look and see what we've got within this incredible launch day today. As Ben said, it was phenomenally popular earlier on. These are our Grande Edgeables. Have a look at these. Did I just hear that right, Ben?
You did. Big launch day stock, as always. 10% has gone already. I told you we sold a lot of these in Wake Up Call. Lots of people getting in early, Craig.
They absolutely are. Yes, they're the Grande edgeables. So, the edge of your card, your gatefolds, your stepper cards. You can get so creative. Look at this one that Alison's done. I never even thought about using these in this sort of way. Bringing in your flower dies, using it as a trellis. And I'm going to say this next one by Bianca is my absolutely favourite, right? So simplistic, but it's my absolute favourite. Look at that. Little watermark with some aqua pens or sparkle pens. Die cut a little circle that we can see here. But look at what that trellis work does at the side of it as well. Absolutely beautifully. Then you've got your double-sided ones that you could be doing. We're going to be mixing up throughout the whole of launch day. So whether you're going whites, whether you're going brights, whether you're going blacks, you're going to go in with your golds. We're going to then do double-sided, single-sided. We're going to do top-sided. We're going to do stepper holes as well. Another simplistic one from Bianca, but absolutely exquisite. So your side stepper. Then we've got one that we're going to be doing in this exact style, but completely different look by using them all over. And then we're going to go in with these styles as well. Absolutely phenomenal. And this one is actually going to be my very first demo to show you how you can use these in a very simple way. And throughout the full, 2 hours of launch day, I know it's 3 hours with the Dreamees, but the 2 hours of launch day, we're going to start simple and we're going to work our way up to something more advanced.
So a crafting journey with the crafty man himself. Remember, 10% of the stock has already gone and more of it disappearing as I am speaking to you right now. If you want to go for the full collection, here it is. £49.59 platinum is a brilliant, brilliant deal. Remember, launching right now, this is the official launch show. We're not charging you full price like we ever do. We're saying 20% off the launch price. And it's at $18.20 if you're shopping with us in the US that you're saving. Platinum is $49.59, $57.20. I'll show you these in full. If you want to go individually, you can, and if you want to go on a two for £23, two for $27. But they are absolutely gorgeous. That one is called You're Chasing Dragonflies. We've got some really beautiful designs with these as well, and they've been brilliantly designed. You've got so much detail for your edgeables, for your panels, and these are going to be these will cut through like 2 layers of your cardstock. So again, if you want to be able to create your cards with these, you know you're going to be able to cut through with absolute precision each and every time. So that one there is your beautiful Chasing Dragonflies. Next up, this one is your elegant daisy chains. Look how much detail we get into these cards. It is absolutely gorgeous. What have I written? Oh, daisy lace, yes. I'm making the names up. Elegant daisy chains, I'm calling it. You call it, though, daisy lace. Yeah, we call it what you want. I like your name.
Yeah.
Thank you. So there you go. Again, cut beautifully into the cards. That use these as panels as well, should you wish to do that. Next up, shall I make this one up?
Yeah.
Rose Garden. I'll call it the ridiculously regal rose. Welcome. That one's there for you. Then also in this collection, now these are absolutely gorgeous. I've not seen a style like this before. This is your balloon flowers. How cute, again, is the design that you're getting in this particular, I can't lift it up, in this particular die. Absolutely gorgeous once again. A design like I've not seen before. And of course I'm showing you these on the vertical, but these are also going to look absolutely beautiful when you use these horizontally as well. This one here is your gingham lace. And then lastly in the collection is the beautiful elegant trellis, which was used ever so cleverly in that card that Craig was showing you just a few moments ago. All of these you can get in the deal that you're seeing now. We've flashed up the details at the bottom of the screen for you if you want to go individually. However, I think the majority of you, certainly this morning, were going for the full collection because the value for money, again, is amazing. Alicia saying, these are beautiful. Grab them whilst they're here. It's a busy old day, and if these fly as quickly as the Dreamees goodies flew, things will be disappearing very, very quickly. And Deborah just commenting on how much detail that you've got in those two. A few more quick hellos, and then we'll get started. Tammy is in from Massachusetts. We've got Rachel on the socials this afternoon as well. Carletta joins us. Kathy Lear says, good morning from Illinois. Yeah, a new launch. Yeah. Nee Collins says, hello, good morning, CTV team and Team Social. Steering the good ship craft this afternoon, we have got Molly and also George of the Joystick. Terry says, hello again from Ohio. Hello, Terry. Hello to Eva. And Alison says, good morning, everyone from Brooklyn, New York. Kathy says, hello, Craig. Hello, Ben. This is going to be a fun show. It really is. Me for the first hour, even more fun coming up in the next hour because the lovely Becky Redican will be here. But let's get cracking. If you've got any questions, if you've got any comments, anything you want to fire our way, we are live and interactive for the next 3 hours. So do feel free to get in touch. Let's chat about anything you fancy, but let's see these in action, Mr. Craig.
Do you know the one thing there won't be today?
What?
With me and you?
What?
There won't be any tears today.
No. Oh dear.
No tears today.
No.
No tears today.
No.
I'm also, just before we dive in, I'm going to say as well, later on myself and Becky on Cartload,
Yes.
you might see the foil press.
What?
Wafer thin dies.
Yes.
Grande edgeables.
Ooh.
The foil press, just saying, keep that in mind. Right, here we go. Let's go in and make that card that I showed you at the start. So what I've done is I've gone in with our white smooth stamping card. I've cut I've kept it the length of A4 and I've cut it at 7 inches. I'm going to go in with my scoreboard and then I'm going to go in with our Scoremaster. And what I'm going to do, Ben, is I'm going to score at 3 inches and then I'm going to score at 5.5.
Okay.
Down here. And then what we can then do is come in and then I'm going to fold that in half. So it's not going to be a complete meet up. You're going to see this little banner at the side, but don't worry, that's all going to be fine because this is to take into account the depth for your Grande edgeables. And throughout most of the demonstrations, I am going to be using vintage butterfly. So I know Ben will go through that as well throughout the show. But in case you're wondering, what are the layers Craig's using pattern-wise, it's from vintage butterflies. So I'm going to open this one back up and we're going to go in with the daisy lace. Now, if you are new to us, because we're always getting new viewers, either you're coming across us or you're coming across us thanks to the Dreamees or Bibby or
Paper Dynamics.
Kanban. I said Kanban again. Done that the last time.
Paper
I've
Dynamics.
done so well not to say that in front of Keith yesterday. And I've just said it now. Paper Dynamics. If you've been a crafter for a number of years, you'll know exactly what I mean.
I have to
by
call
that
him
one.
Smithy now, so I don't get complicated.
That's
Confused.
twice I've fallen for that one. Twice. Paper Dynamics.
Yes.
So, if you are new to us and our edgeables, what we've got here is incredible detail. All of this die cuts out. Your one edge will also die cut out of your card, but the remaining sides, there's no outside cutting edge. So that means it's going to stay within your card stock.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my card, and this side here has got the cutting edge. So I'm going to line that right up to the left-hand side, and I'm going to bring in my low-tack tape, and then I'm going to pop it, as I say, right to the edge, and I'm going to tape that down. This is our low-tack tape, but what I would always advise you do is don't have too much of the tape onto your cardstock. It is low-tack tape. You'll find all these on our website. However, the pressure of the Gemini is that intense that sometimes it can actually stick your low-tack tape too much to your card and you can peel away the fibres. So just have as little tape on your card as possible, just enough to cover your cardstock and to hold your die in place. Alternatively, you can do kind of the original layers for your die cutting machine, and that's by doing your magnetic sheet layering that way so that your magnetic sheet holds the die in place. However, as it is, I prefer to do it this way.
Just to mention as well, talking of our machines, we have got a flash sale. Yeah. See. Flash sale on our Gemini machines. Depending on where you're shopping, it will depend on what you're getting the discount on, because I know there's some slightly different deals, UK, US. I know the US, you've got 25% off things like the MIDI and the Mini, the Go. Here in the UK, we've got 25% off the Junior and the original Gemini, 25% off the machines. Check the website right now. This is a flash sale, which means it is here up until midnight, wherever you are tonight, and then the prices will go back to where they should be. So it's a great opportunity to get your first die cutting and embossing machine, a great opportunity to maybe upgrade, move from a manual to electronic, however you want to do it, but that 25% saving is only relevant for today, last day of National Craft Month, of course. Last day of
Absolutely.
March, Craig.
I know, can you believe
I
what
can't.
tomorrow is?
I can't. It's April
And
1st,
absolutely,
and
Molly,
it is snowing.
it's snowing. This time last week, I was in my back garden in my new swinging chair, and now it's chucking the snow.
I know.
So I've gone from sunbathing to snowball fighting within 7 days.
Who are you fighting with?
Myself.
Chucking snowballs at yourself?
Yeah, I would get a fright if a snowball came back at me in the back garden. Just to say, when you were saying about the Gemini machines, if you're wanting to cut these just as an individual strip,
Yeah.
they will even go through your Mini
Wow,
or your
okay.
Go. So as you can see, it is longer than my folder, but all you would do is cut your strip so far, turn it around and cut the remaining strip. So you're still able to use your Grande edgeables even in your really small die cutting machines.
Fantastic.
So I just wanted to point that one out.
Yeah.
But with this one, what it does, look at that, Ben, a perfect, crisp, clean cut. We've got our little florals that then pop out that we can see here. So I'm not going to pop all these individual ones out just now. We can do that just at the end. But what you can see, actually, let's just do it. What you can do is go in, lift the little flower heads
Oh,
up.
cute.
So you're getting extra dimension.
Yeah.
What we can then do is, towards the end of this demo, we're actually going to back it with a little bit of vellum, and then that's going to hold some gems in place.
Fabulous.
Now, because they're edgeables, these are, thanks to me, going to leave one heck of a mess on the ground.
But
Unfortunately, it's not John that's in today.
No.
It's Tracy.
It is.
So she's going to have my guts for garters.
oh, she's already in a bit of a mood with me because I didn't
Oh,
make
she
her a
was in
cup
a
of
mood
coffee
yesterday.
earlier. Really?
Oh. Me or Ben? Oh, Ben. I was
Me.
waiting to say I'm just not that long in.
I was doing her editing. Did she say that? It's because I was going on about cups of tea and coffee that I never make her. And I was genuinely going to make her a cup of, as you guys know or watching, I was going to make her a cup of tea after the show, but then Nicola got in there before me. So
Oh, did she?
yeah, yeah.
Excuses, excuses, excuses.
I know.
Oh, dear.
Well, make sure you clear up today then. Don't
I will
want
do.
even more of a
I'll
bad
do it my
mood.
special way.
Did you what?
I'll do it my special way.
What, when you pick up the floor mat?
When I pick up the floor mat and I use the floor mat to brush up.
Can I just say, I channeled my inner you the other day because I did a bit of a craft along with Debbie the other day with some paper piecing. So I had to go at the paper piecing. I was doing the die cutting and whatnot, and it all got all over the place. And I thought, I've got no bin. What can I do? What would Craig do?
What would Craig do?
And I used the mat to clean it up like you did.
Yeah.
Very handy way of doing it.
My argument, when you know, some of the guys in here that are, a lot of them do actually do crafting now, because they've maybe not been crafters, but they come in, they join us, you know, in the office and that, and then they get that crafting bug. And they're like, oh my gosh, you make such a mess. It's like we're paper crafters. If you should see my floor in my craft room at home, it's ridiculous. You know, I do sweep up or I do hoover up, although that was the worst thing I ever done, was put carpet in my craft room. Should have done laminate flooring. Should have been laminate flooring,
Of course it should have been.
Totally.
Yeah, because even if you think you vacuumed it all up, it's still going to be there in like the fibres of your carpet, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Yep. Sorry. That's true, Molly. Yeah, I could get one of them. But here we go. So we've got that one is die cut now as well. So what I've done is I've done the two sides that we can see here, and these all sort of lift out. I have to say as well, Ben, I just rocked up to the studio earlier on.
Yeah.
And Michelle was out there. I was chatting to Michelle, and I was sitting with Molly. I was going over our shows, and she was asking about the demos, and I went, oh.
Or
I had got myself all ready last night,
Yeah.
came along, got my demos sorted, got them packed, put them in my Tiffany bag, put the bag at my front door, so I remembered to bring it with me today. And I got to the office, chatting to Molly, and I was like, I've left my demos at home.
you never did.
I
Did you have to
did.
go all the way home?
I had to go all the way home to get them. Oh, I'm going to start this conversation shortly, Molly. I don't believe I'm the only one.
Sorry, I only caught the tail end of that, and I just
I know,
heard
we've just
hard-boiled
crossed
egg down a hill.
two subjects.
Yeah,
Right, Easter time.
yeah.
So just to say, I did obviously go back home.
And you got your stuff.
I got my
And
demos.
it's a good job he comes in early, isn't it?
Very good, very good. And that I do no longer live in Scotland, and I am only 10 minutes away.
Can you imagine?
Could you
You've driven
imagine?
all the way from Carnoustie.
Yeah.
Good
I left my demos.
Anyway, hard-boiled eggs.
Anyway, so as it came in as well, because it was chucking the snow, and I was saying, I can't believe it's snowing, and going into April, and I went, well, it wouldn't be the first time in April that I've rolled my egg down a hill at Easter time in the snow. And Michelle looked at me, Molly looked at me, and they were like, rolling a hard-boiled egg down a hill. I was like, well, yeah, that's what you do at Easter time. You roll an egg down the hill, a hard-boiled egg. And the pair looked at me as if I had two heads. Never heard it. I was like, well, you know, I'm not overly religious, but it was about the Easter time and the rock of that rolling down the hill, and the egg is meant to. But no one seems to. It's like my family lied to me for years. Have they just been doing it as a joke, watching me roll a hard-boiled egg down?
No. Everybody, don't they? At Easter time, rolls a hard-boiled egg down a hill.
For a minute, I actually thought you were going to agree with me there.
I've never heard of that. I'm sorry.
Seriously?
You know. Normally, I've got your back, Craig. I've got your back. You and me, crafty bros, yeah. But I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
Rolling a hard-boiled egg down a hill.
You boil a hard-boiled egg, and then you paint it or you decorate it. Or
I've heard of painting and decorating eggs.
And then when you go to Easter, you roll your egg down a hill.
What, in a race?
Well, you could have a race with the family members or that if you want to.
What do you do once you've rolled it down the hill? Yeah, I understand what it symbolises. The rolling away the stones from the tomb. But I've never
Molly,
heard...
I'm not meaning at 36 years old that I was doing it last year. I was a child when I was doing it. But surely, guys at home, come on, surely I'm not the only one that would...
I've decorated a hard-boiled egg. I've also grown cress in a little egg thing, but I've never rolled an egg down a hill. But do you know what? Do you know what, Craig? There's a bit of social for us at some point.
There is.
You and I, together, making our eggs and rolling them down a hill.
Rolling them down a hill.
Yes. I mean, that's going to go viral, isn't it?
It's got to.
Let us know in the comments if you've actually rolled I can't believe this is a sentence I'm going to say. Let me know if you've ever rolled a hard-boiled egg down a hill at Easter time. Or if you haven't, what have you rolled down a hill, says Molly. Wow.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one. I
things we
cannot
talk
believe
about.
I'm the only one that... Well, if I am the only one, it's just my family have just been
Anne on
taking the mick out
Facebook,
of me.
Craig, Anne on Facebook says they do an Easter egg roll at the White House.
Oh,
no hill
well
involved,
then.
though, so there you go.
See, I'm around important people.
Yeah, so the POTUS does it. So, if he does it and you do it. Yes, says Carol Fisher, we used to do that as kids and it was brilliant fun.
Thanks. I knew you guys would have my back at home. I knew it.
Dolly Dimple, I've heard of egg rolling. Don't worry, my brother lives in T-Bay and they have an annual competition to decorate and roll eggs.
Thank you, because the last thing I wanted to... I've known Molly for a few years, but this is the first time we've worked together here. The last thing I wanted was for me to walk into the door and she's like, who is this guy?
Yeah, what the
heck is he on about, rolling an egg down a hill?
Seriously?
But thank you guys for some of you saying, yes, you know what I'm on
Lorraine, egg rolling or an Easter egg roll is a traditional game played with eggs at Easter. Different nations have different versions of the game, usually played with hard-boiled and decorated eggs. So it appears he's right. I never doubted you for a second, Craig.
No, of course you didn't. Of course you didn't. There we go. Well, that's what me and you can be doing this year, Ben, rolling an egg down a hill.
I mean, I'm there already, mate. I am there already.
Yeah, we can get very competitive with that, that's for sure.
Certainly. I've heard, because they do cheese rolling here in England, don't they?
Cheese rolling?
Yeah, they have the cheese rolling competition.
I've heard of that, but that I've not heard in the UK.
They roll massive cheeses down the hill, and I think you have to, it's very dangerous. You have to try and, I don't know whether you have to beat the cheese or catch the cheese.
Now that I've seen, because people have accidents, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah. What? There's a video of cheese rolling that's gone viral. Oh, your friend took the video. Oh, there we go. We do some weird things here in the UK, like the nettle eating championships as well. Have you heard of those?
What ones?
Nettle eating.
Nettle.
I've made nettle soup before. In fact, I love nettle soup, but I would never really want to pick up a stingy nettle and put it in my mouth. But, each to their own. And Lillian Kwok on Facebook says, I've only ever rolled myself down a hill.
Done that as a kid as well.
Yeah, I've done that as an adult, to be
Freshly
fair.
cut grass and you roll yourself down a hill.
Then you get back in and your mum would tell you off having grass stains all over your clothes.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, gosh.
Craig, you started something here. Elspeth says, my husband used to roll eggs down the hill and I still find egg remnants in the park after Easter in Scotland.
Thank you. Yeah, because what it would do is it would crack the egg, the shell, of course, and then you would take away that shell and then you would eat the egg. So yeah, you would always have.
Stop playing with your food.
I know it. You
Producer
get
Molly.
taught as a kid, don't play with your food, and then your parents go, "Here's an egg, throw it down the hill and eat it." Oh dear. Yeah.
We said this yesterday, we say this every day. You come to us because you want to be inspired when it comes to crafty stuff and you want to be kind of educated. But we always walk away, I think, with more than just crafty knowledge, don't we? There's
You
something
do.
new here for everyone every day.
That's it.
Seriously.
Not just crafting.
And you'll all be doing it now, won't you? Getting your eggs out, painting them up. And
I want photos.
yes.
I want photos.
Maybe you should host your own annual egg rolling competition
That's a
near
good
your
idea.
house.
Oh, in my house.
Near your house, and we'll invite everyone along. We'll have a competition. Film it on social.
And then what? Just have a party at the same time. Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah. Let's do it.
This is looking gorgeous, mister. I love it.
While we've been doing that, what I've done, so cut two of my edge wheels at the left and the right hand side, kept them the same. You could change the edge wheel die if you want, but I've kept them the same. Matte and layered with vintage butterfly and a bit of black card, vintage butterfly and a bit of black card. And then these panels at the back, that's the vellum from Vintage Butterflies. In case you're wondering, I've taken some of Bibby's glue that she left me yesterday. So we've got that. Could be your tacky glue, your dotty tape runner if you want to, but that's the one that I'm using.
Why did you particularly use vellum on the back?
So it's just nice and it's subtle. So, you could use your pattern paper, but what's going to happen is, I'm not sure actually, so George, if we can come, actually, from our next camera angle there, what will happen is you get a bit of a shadow. If it's sitting up on the mantelpiece or it's sitting, you'll get a bit of a shadow with the light going. I know it doesn't quite show because we've got all the studio lights. So you can have pattern paper, but it's going to be a little bit more of a block pattern at the back. Having vellum, there's a touch of colour within it, but you're going to get shadow popping through every now and again. And then what I've done is I've lifted up the little petals. I've popped a little gem in each one. And then to finish off, let's take my Collal glue gel.
Yep.
And then let's take a bow that I've already tied.
Can you answer Alicia's question? She says, hi Craig, I've got a question.
Go for it.
Can you give me the measurement of the card base and would this style work with other panel dies?
Absolutely, you can do any panel die you want, any of them. So I'll give you that measurement again just in a second. But there we go. So I would just need to burnish the back a little bit more, but look at that, how lovely, how effective that one is.
Yeah.
That's keeping it at its absolute core essential, all about the Grande edgeables. Do it on one, do it on both, that's up to you, but that's what you can be creating. The actual card size was, so it was the full length of A4, and I trimmed it at 7 inches in height, and then I scored at 3 inches and 5.5 inches, and that is the measurement to then give you the option of that one. But because all dies are the same size, Ben, you can use any of them to do that style, or as I say, use 2 different ones if you want to. That's up to you, but there's one that you could be doing.
Such a brilliant starter project, and again, you're going to see lots of different styles with Craig over the course of the next couple of hours. Keep the questions coming through. Anything you want to ask, anything you want to know. I just marvel at the detail that we get into our dice still. And this particular one, the gorgeous daisy lace, again, you see how the florals just can pop up. You can manipulate those out of the actual cut itself. And the fact, again, if you're using this to kind of cut through 2 layers of cardstock, it's just going to work absolutely perfectly for you. But that, again, the card that Craig was showing you, a case in point as to how easy it is to work with these particular dies. And what a glorious effect they're going to give you on your cards and your projects as well. And that's just one way to use them. This one here is the Chasing Dragonflies. Gorgeous, again, because you've got all of the foliage detail here and the really pretty detail on the edge of the card. Then you've got the dragonflies floating through there as well, which are absolutely beautiful. This one here is that gorgeous rose garden. Again, so much detail from the actual rose detailing itself to the gorgeous lace edgeable that you've got there too. Don't forget, as I show you these, the details on the screen for the full collection. However, if you just did want to dip your toe, you can go individually, and you can go 2 for 23 or 27, 2 for 23, 2 for 27. There is your beautiful balloon flowers. You're also going to receive the gingham lace. Again, so much beautiful detail. And then lastly is your elegant trellis as well. £49.59, very, very busy for this collection already. Over 10% of the stock has gone. If you're wanting to completely recreate the demo that Craig's just shown you there, you will need to go for the Vintage Butterflies paper, card and vellum collection. We'll have a proper flick through this a little bit later on, but if you want to shop ahead, grab it now. If you've already bought the Vintage Butterflies collection, I would imagine you've probably been using it quite a lot, and this is a good excuse actually to be able to stock up on your consumables, because you've got your 36 sheet double-sided paper pad. We're also going to give you the 24 sheets of your beautiful pearlescent cardstock, all matching up perfectly for you. So like half the work is done for you pretty much as far as your mats and layers are concerned. If you love that vellum, again, that was from this collection too, a 24 sheet vellum set that you're going to get. Also, you'll get your 36-piece 6x6 pad as well, which is your 12x12 shrunk down to miniature, not just like sort of random corners cut in. It's exactly a miniature version of the 12x12. So you've got the best of all worlds there. A great way to stock up if you've already got the collection. If you just love your paper pads and your cardstock, a wonderful, wonderful collection with a almost £8, $10 saving today. Platinum members, that is just £32.79, $43.99. Thank you for all the comments coming through. Terry says, okay, I don't live on a hill, so I'll get the kids slide out and have a roll just for you. That's eggs. I think that's eggs. My family loves the ideas I share from Crafters TV. Ben, your Christmas countdown song was a hit. Oh yeah, I remember did that. Well, you're welcome. Christmas countdown song at Christmas. Dawn Barry says, egg on a roll, egg on a roll, egg on a roll, hey, roll, egg on a roll, hey. And Gilmore on YouTube says she'd like to see an annual Craig and Ben rolling down the hill competition. So not eggs, she wants to see me and you roll. I don't think I've rolled down a hill probably for 35 years. Yeah. I think I'd probably dislocate something nowadays.
I'd probably do my stomach damage. I better not do that, eh?
Can you imagine that? We both start.
Walking back up at the hospital again to see all that issues that you've been fixing. By the way.
Yeah. Both of us getting stretchered off at the bottom of the hill to the hospital. It's a nice idea. Probably won't happen, but you never know. Shall we go back to Craig for another demo with these gorgeous Grande edgeables? What are you going to be showing us next?
This time, we're going to keep this one simple again, but instead of being on the edge of a card, it's actually going to be the front of a stepper card. So all of these, I know you might be thinking, oh my gosh, she's going to do the whole show with the large Gemini and not the junior. Because of the size of the card blanks that I'm creating, I am. But as I said in the last show, if you want to do individual panels of that, yes, they'll go through the junior, the midi, but they'll even go through your mini and your go. So what I've done, I've already scored this one, but I'll tell you the measurements, because I used our A3 Centura Pearl for this one. So it is 15 inches in length and it is 7 1/4 in height. And I've scored at 5 1/4, I've scored at 10 1/2, and then I've scored at 12 3/4. So once again, that was 5 1/4, 10 1/2, and then 12 3/4. That's inches, of course. Then folding them, so mountain, valley, and then mountain. That's then giving us our stepper card. You can see from up above how that's looking there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to open it up. Then this one, Ben, what we're going to do is use the balloon flowers. And they're all the exact same concept. All of the detailed die cuts. You've got one edge that has a cutting edge. The rest stays in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the cutting edge along the bottom, so we get a nice decorative base. And then using my low tack tape, what we're going to do is we're going to secure it into place. We're going to tape it. You don't need to worry too much about your low tack tape on Centura Pearl, because it's a bit more of a coating.
Yeah.
The low tack tape releases that a little bit easier. And then, like I would do with any of your die cuts from our die.
You all right?
Drop my plates.
Do you need a hand?
It's my plates rolling down the hill.
Plates on the floor, plates on the floor, plates on the floor. Hey, you right?
My other plates.
Where's it gone? Has it gone? Oh, don't we to?
I think I've wrecked the front of the unit.
What have you done?
Where's
We're just gonna. Where is it?
Right under the floor.
Where is it?
Excuse me.
Oh, I can get it. No, I got it. I've got longer arms than you. This is good TV, isn't it? There you go. It's just a.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Got it.
Yeah.
Whew. Thanks, mate.
Welcome.
There we go. Whew.
Oh dear.
If only, George. That would have been funny, wouldn't it?
George was just saying it'd be funny if we both came up with our clothes switched.
Different, each other's clothes.
We weren't down there that long. Would have been a good magic trick, though, wouldn't it? But I was just looking, by the way, whilst you were dropping stuff on the floor, the balloon flower that we've got there. It's an. I thought it was something that we made up, but it's a real flower.
Oh, it's a real flower, is
I'd
it?
never heard of
No,
it.
I thought we'd made it up as well.
Yeah, Platycodon glandiflorus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I never knew that. You learn
I
something
didn't
new
know
here every
that.
day, don't you, eh? Balloon flower.
This one, what I might do is give you a little heads up. This one, if it's all right with you, Molly, in cartload, we might run this balloon flower through the foil press because it's lots of fine detail. I think that would look beautifully if we foiled it. So if you want to see that, come back in cartload later on. We'll have a look.
And the card that you're using, Tony Trap Barney says, is that a super long piece of card?
That's our A3 card, A3 Centura Peril. Yeah, you'll find it all on the website, hint of silver. So that's the one that I'm using. You can cut your A4 to size and then just join them in sections. But yeah, this is our A3 that I tend to use. So going in, I'm just going to give them a burnish there, and then we can take out these bits. Where's my die tool? I did have it. Where is it? It's gone. Let's take it. So take these bits out, and then once again, Ben, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use some of the papers from the Vintage Butterfly.
Can I just say, as much as you were talking about joking, there's a lot of support for you and I filming a video rolling down a hill.
Really, is there?
Connie says, Gilmore will provide you with the barrels for you to roll in, Craig and Ben.
Right.
Then Gilmore says, no, Ben and Craig, you guys would be well insulated in foam rolls or inflatable rolls.
Wow.
And Sharon Lindell says, you guys could wrap yourselves in bubble wrap and roll down a hill. That would be quite entertaining.
That would be fun. It's like that episode of Friends, you know, when Joey wraps his head up in the bubble wrap. Is it? Yeah, it's Joey that does it. And then is it Chandler that goes to punch him or something?
Yeah.
One or the other.
Have you? You can actually. No word of a lie. Have you ever done it? Zorbing.
No.
So that is literally. I've done that once when I used to work in. When I was a local radio DJ, we teamed up with a zorbing company, and we were giving away like zorbing experiences. And as the sort of presenter, I had to go and try it out and record. And they literally you get inside like a massive bouncy ball basically, and they literally take you to the top of a hill, and they just go, oosh, and they push you down a hill.
Really?
Do you feel? I felt all right about it actually, but it's a bit of a. Let me know if you've been zorbing. It's a bit of a weird experience. I don't know if it's still a thing, but it's probably 10 years ago that I did that. Maybe you and I could go zorbing together.
That would be good. That would be good.
Yeah.
I think we should do bits and then just film them together. See how they come out.
I think we should.
Because believe it or not, we are actually friends outside work. I know it doesn't always seem like it.
Can you believe that?
Can you believe that?
You know that we actually get on outside of work.
Can't stand the guy.
Ugh, the guy. Hottie, Scotty, whatever he's called. As soon as we leave here, we never speak. It's all an act.
Separate rooms and everything. As soon as we leave this studio, we're never together.
You believe that, you believe anything.
Jokes, of course. So here we go. So on my top panel here, I've done a matte layer with the pattern paper and some of the cardstock from the Vintage Butterfly. And then what I'm wanting to do here, so if I fold that back, that we can see here, see how this part here, it just blends into the background. It doesn't, it's lovely, but it doesn't really, you know, shout much. So taking that same piece of peachy cardstock, and I've cut a strip, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that to this back bit, and what that's going to do is that's going to then enhance the die cut that we've just done. So let's just get another roll of my tape. I know there's always a couple of you, whenever I do shows, that are asking, what's the tape Craig's using? It's the tissue tape that you'll find on our website.
The what tape?
Tissue tape.
Tissue tape?
Tissue tape. because it's tissue tape. It's tearable. It's actually, the adhesive is actually tissue.
Is that what it's called? Tissue tape?
Tissue tape. So on our website, it's also called finger lift
Oh, I was
tissue
going to say
tape.
finger lift.
Finger lift.
It's
finger
the same
lift.
thing.
I'm not making up.
I've never heard it called tissue tape before.
Tissue tape, because that's what it is, tissue. The adhesive is tissue.
Ah, but I've never heard it called that before.
It's called finger lift tissue tape.
Oh. And here's another question.
You know me and my adhesives.
Yeah.
You know me and
I do know you and your adhesives.
Yeah.
Can
So this one that I use isn't finger lift, but the one on the website is exactly the same as I'm using, except it is finger lift.
Can I ask a quick question whilst you're using the double-sided finger lift, double tissue-sided tape?
Yes.
What's it called, Molly? Finger lift tape. When do you tend to use that?
When do I what?
When do you tend to use that as opposed to say your red liner tape or as say your tape pen, for example? Why do you choose to use your double-sided finger lift tissue tape?
So as a whole, my favourite form of adhesive for my mats and layers, for my borders, everything like that, is my finger lift tissue tape. Just not finger. I don't use the finger lift. It's just tissue tape.
Yeah.
So I use it for most stuff. When I use
Why you use it for most stuff?
It's just one of those that I remember telling this story a number of times. The very first time I seen Bibby on QVC, I bought two things. It was a decoupage pack and it was a sticks to adhesive bundle, which for sticks twos are just through in Newcastle. Good friends with them here at Crafter's Companion. And the first adhesive that I used was double-sided tape, and I've just stuck with it. I love it. They're all really, really strong. Not as strong as red liner tape, but for me, adhesive is a personal preference. You might prefer tape runners over your double-sided tape here, because your double-sided tape, you have to line it up, you have to take the backing off. Our tape pens are quicker because you just run them and that's them done. It is a personal preference. I've just always used double-sided tape. It's my preference. Red liner tape I'll use for box making or construction. Fine, intricate details that I'll be using throughout the show, I'll use my tacky glue with the applicator. But mats and layers, doing all my layering when it comes to my card making, I'll always go for my tissue tape.
I'm forever going to call it now tissue tape.
Tissue tape.
Yep.
It's tissue.
Because Craig says so.
Tell you what.
You're joking me. Oh, it's taken it.
Well caught. Start to unroll bits and tear it so you'll see that it's tissue. I won't throw my pokey tool for you to then poke away at.
That.
But we can see now. So let's line this up to the back. So see what I meant by how our die cut, it just blends into our layer at the back. Whereas by adding a panel of that peach, it just elevates the design. So all that we need to do now is I'm going in with a sentiment that I've got here, and then let's
do it back.
I've got another one just now.
Oh.
I just wanted you to see exactly what I meant by tissue tape.
Tissue tape.
How it is a tissue form.
Yeah, that's why I've always called it tissue tape.
Yeah. Just not the tissue where you blow your nose.
Oh, don't blow your nose on
with
it.
that stuff.
No, definitely do not blow your nose on that.
Definitely not. But going in with my sentiment, I'm going to elevate this up with my foam pads. So what did you call them, Molly? This is our 3D foam pads. Although I do like what you just called them there.
Marshmallow pads.
Marshmallow pads. Yeah.
Is that the actual name for them that we've not been calling them that we should have been calling them? You call them it, Molly, because you can.
I remember Jodie from Tonic for ages. She used to call them. It's just totally gone out of my head there. It's going to come to me. I just had it on the tip of my tongue there.
What, foam pads?
Foam pads, she calls
3D...
No, she didn't call them 3D. She called them...
It was obviously very memorable.
Oh, gosh. it'll come to me when I'm not thinking of it. Yeah.
Is it double-sided tissue tape on the website, says Gilmore?
No, it's finger lift on the website.
Finger lift. Oh, so it's finger lift on the website, not double-sided tissue tape. But there are plenty of adhesive
But the finger
options.
lift is tissue tape. It is tissue.
It is tissue. It is. Tape, it's quick and easy to use. You don't have to worry about your tape pen getting caught up, says Pammy. When I first started crafting tissue tape, Pammy calls it tissue tape. Tissue tape is all I used, but now I use all sorts. You've got loads of adhesives to lots of different things. And like you say, horses for courses, really, isn't it? Personal choice, whatever you find easiest.
Use our tape runner, but I tend to use it for speed.
Yeah.
So if you see me using a tape runner, you know that I'm just about out of time and I'm trying to get my card or my project finished live on air. So that's when you know that, I'm trying to speed it up because I've got my tape runner out.
A lot of you just chatting about zorbing now as well. Rachel just saying, I've zorbed in New Zealand. It's good fun, isn't it? Loved it. I've been zorbing. I went in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, says Terry Anderson. It was fun. And Emma Winter says, I did zorbing on water. Producer Molly did that. Said years ago. It was fun, but very exhausting. Oh! Bethan Thomason says, does Jodie call them sticky buds?
Sticky buds. Sticky buds, that's what it was. Sticky buds. Yeah.
That's the 3D... no, yes,
3D
the
foam pads.
Foam pads.
Yeah, she used to call them sticky buds.
Sticky buds.
She did.
Does tissue tape, says Heidi Hess. I need to get used to this now. So call it tissue tape. Does the thing lift tape, tissue tape, sorry, making me laugh. Does it work well on glitter cards, says Heidi Hess?
So any dry form of adhesive, double-sided tape, red liner tape, your tape runners, you can use it. I would always add a layer of wet glue, tacky glue or your glue gel, simply because your tape just sits onto the glitter card, whereas, and it'll peel off easy. It doesn't matter how incredible quality the adhesive is, the tape will just sit on the grains of the glitter card. So if you also go over with a line of your tacky glue or your glue gel, that dries into the grains of the glitter card. So perfect, you can see that right along the bottom there, which is also the one that I've got here, that I also use, the Collal tacky glue with a fine applicator. So I would use that for glitter card, and that's going to soak and dry into the grains of the glitter card and make it strong and robust. So hopefully that answers your question. And then to finish off, what I've done there is I've taken one of the butterflies from the vintage butterfly papers, fussy cut it out, and then I've gone in with our clear sparkle overlay, and then I'm going to add our butterfly into here. I'm going to press, I've only put the glue on the body so I can lift and elevate the wings, and then let's just give it a final burnish on each bit. This one here, and then we've got our lovely stepper card. And we can see, so if we can turn it to the side so that you can see, but then if we go to the front, and you've got that peach colour that's just starting to pop through, which elevates the flowers at the front there.
Mate, you're smashing it with these demos, and actually, I think this is a really good one to read out. Sharon's Stewpot on Facebook says, I'm not that big into edgeables, but I really, really like these. I think, again, like, I always get stuck in that moment, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do, like, when we label stuff up for you, so when we call these like edgeables, you automatically think, well, that's all I can do with them, and you're just like proving the point here that there's so many more things that you can do with a collection like this.
The thing is, we do a range of edgeables, and we will probably, I don't know, maybe next month, the month after, come out with another range. They're there to serve a purpose, but sometimes you think, I can only use them for edgeables. I'll show you another demo later, whereas I would actually use them as a background. So please just don't think about edgeables. That's what they're there for and intended for, but you can do so much.
Do you want your tissue tape back?
Yeah, please.
Oh, sorry, that was a very bad chuck. Sorry. Health and safety. Health and safety. More on the show that you need to see. By the way, Pammy says, aren't they fancy adding them to the bottoms of cards? Yes. P.S. I love the Collal tacky glue. Marge Wood says, I love this card. Let's show you the metallic markers that we've got on the show. These are absolutely gorgeous. And I believe we have got this on a rather good deal. Yeah, we have £19.18 or $27.12 if you're platinum. It's basically buying two, you get the third for free. Beautiful markers if you want to be able to add that metallic sheen to your projects. Of course, these are water-based as well, so if you want to be able to use them in that way, you can. Double-ended as well, these pens, so you've got the ability to use the nib, which you've got more of like a brush nib one, and then you've got like a fine nib the other, so you've got perfect nibs there for all of your colours, whether you want to use these for backgrounds potentially, whether you want to do your embellishments with these as well, and you're going to get the 3 different ranges. Of course, these are going to look the absolute business on your darker cardstock. Here you're seeing your antique element, so you've got that in the ancient Bronze Age, copper, rose gold. You've got the tarnished silver, the vintage satin, and the antique pearl. Then you've got your rare minerals. Yeah, Molly, great taste. I always have my eye on the citrine down there, but you've got a gorgeous selection of colours there. The amethyst, blue topaz, jade green, citrine, your red garnet, and then your pink quartz. So 6 pens within each, of course. But then the third set you're going to get, your precious metals, yeah, you are going to get for free within this deal today. Why are you laughing at golden nugget? What's so funny? Is it that word nugget? Molly's hilarious. She thinks that's funny. Gold nugget. There be gold in them there hills.
That's a good cereal.
Gold nugget.
Golden nuggets.
Huh?
Good cereal, golden nuggets.
I've never heard of that.
Have you not?
Golden nugget.
Golden nuggets.
No.
Yeah, the little miner on the front. They're little round clusters of crunchy cereal. They're not quite gold, but they're yellow. But they're so sweet, so sweet.
Are they? Is that Kellogg's? Is it?
No, it's not No, it's not Kellogg's.
Nestle.
I think it's Nestle. I think.
What? Golden nuggets.
Golden nuggets. A little miner on the front.
The little miner.
A little
Like a
miner.
little, like prospector.
Like a character,
Yeah.
not an actual real. You know.
But like a prospector, as in like.
Well, a
digging
miner,
for-
yeah, gold miner, yeah, golden nuggets. Going for gold.
Well,
Mining for
again,
gold.
you learn something new every day, don't you? Rolling eggs down hills, golden nugget cereal. I mean, I
If
am.
Nestle are watching and would love to send some, by all means, you know, we're not going to say no.
No, I mean. Actually, no, we can't say that. Right. So this is the third set. Yes, you have got your golden nuggets in here. You've got gold plate, you've got your burnished copper, antique bronze, pewter, and your silver ingot. So all in all, again, 18 pens in total. As I said, absolutely gorgeous, fabulous, jewel-tipped, gorgeous metallic element that you've got. And as we said, water-based too, so you can do lots and lots of different techniques with these as well. Really gorgeous, smooth coverage. 19 quid, £19 and change for that collection. 27.12 is the deal on that if you're shopping in the US. Now, plenty of adhesives for you when it comes to things like your glues and your tapes, but also, and you know what, I never ever have these on the show, and I've only ever, I think, held these in my hand once before, the adhesive sheets. Basically, you've got 2 packs there, so you get 6 sheets in each pack, but we're not going to give you 2, we're going to give you 3, and you're not paying for the third. £9.58 or £15.98, which is amazing value for money. 67 pence per sheet is what you're going to be paying here. A4 in size. Like again, when are you using this to play?
So these are so good if you want that complete edge-to-edge background of adhesive. So you
Yeah.
don't want to do your sprays, you don't want to do your dotty tape runners. This is edge-to-edge. Perfect for as well your paper piecing as well, because the bits that die cut out
yes.
are nice and sticky. You can pop them back in. What I'm going to tell you just now, because as you know, I'm an adhesive geek. You can't, obviously, our sheets here, you can't buy them individually, but the big brand out there, one individual sheet on its own in other craft stores and that can RRP at 99 pence for one sheet. And you're getting, well, what's that in total? You're getting 18?
Yeah,
18 sheets
18.
in total.
Yeah, we said 67p per sheet, didn't you say?
Yeah. So good.
So pick it up. We've also still on the show, again, you can find this on the web, we've got your heavyweight acetate on the show, and also a great deal if you love your tacky glue. We're doing a deal where you can pick up your tacky glue and get some of your fine tip glue applicators for free within the deal. So do have a look, shop the show. I can't believe, actually, I've only got another 5 minutes, then I'm off to do some filming with the social team. No, literally, where's that 56 minutes just gone? It has flown over. The brilliant Becky Redican will be here in just a few seconds' time.
Leave.
Well, same. I love Becky, but I don't want to leave you.
Aww.
If you leave me now, you take away the fair. Anyway, Molly's like, she's cracking the whip. She says, get on the next demo, shut up.
God, I thought Georgina was tough.
I know, seriously, she's next level, isn't she? Next level. Anyway, time to get on with the next demo, as Molly puts it.
Yeah.
What are you going to be showing us? I guess you will have a little break in between this, won't you? Because you're not going to do this in 3 minutes.
No, we're not. No, we're going to start it with you.
Yeah.
And then we're going to end it with Becky.
Beautiful.
So we're going in with the Rose Garden here. So this one, same idea as all the other ones, whereas you've got your decorative detail die. It die cuts along the bottom and stays within your card all the way round. So what I've done is I've gone in with my 6x6 card blank and I've scored it at 3 inches, the halfway point. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in and then I am going to cut, of course, straight down the middle. But what I am going to do is I'm going to try and get it as centre as I can. And there's a reason as to why I'm doing that, or I want it to be in a specific spot. So what I'm going to do is, let's see if I can do a little, even just a pencil mark. Where's the pencil? And I'm going to go is, I'm going to do a little pencil mark on my die. And that is because I want to cut another bit just shortly. This is just a 6x6 piece of cardstock, but I need the die to be in the exact position because I'm going to layer it over the top.
Okay.
So to do that, I've put a little mark right at the edge of my card. So I'm going to go in with my low tack tape, make sure my edge is right up against there, tape that one down. So you can see the width of all of these cards that I'm making is means that I need my A4 Gemini. But we can go in, and these are all wafer thin die. So although they are titled as the Grande edgeables, it's obviously to do with the size. So it's still the plate, same plate configuration. They will go through your Spellbinders machine, your Tangerine machine. They're going to go through all of your die cutting machines out there. So they are going to work perfectly with the Gemini because of the depth of the die and the pressure of the Gemini. However, they will go through any other die cut machine. Just check your plate configuration because the plate's layer will be different. So we can now take this one off here. So let's take that one and then let's take that one off carefully here. So now we've got our lovely pretty rose. So it's all nicely, beautifully die cut.
Gorge.
So then what I'm going to do, let's just take all of these bits out. So take them out. And then we're going to go into another piece. It absolutely is, Molly. Yeah, it's a Jodie tap. It's where I learnt it from.
You're not supposed to do that, are you, Ian?
Well,
you get told off.
well-
You'll end up in the law court of Leanne.
Well, you say that. That's what I was told a couple of times. And then Leanne was live one day and she went, I'm going to clean my die, and started banging hers. I was like, I'm not scared to bang my dies now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it a case of do as I say, don't do as I do, though? Maybe that's what it is with Leanne.
My argument as well is the dies that I use, I always bring my own ones. So it's like, well, they're my dies.
Ah, yeah,
so
suppose.
if I damage them, it's
your
my
fault.
I've never broken a die, Molly, by doing it, no. So
No.
wait, you see, I'll probably break the next one.
Yeah, he wants you to do it next one.
So I've got my 6x6 piece of cardstock, and to make sure that it's cut in the exact same position, what I've done is where my pencil line is, I'm then going to line that up against the edge of my card. I'm then going to then pop that one on here, press it into place, and then all that I'm going to do now is run this one through my Gemini, and then what we can do... sorry, Molly, I missed that. Do you want cut this bit and then take a stop for a second? Absolutely.
Take
there
a
we
little
go.
pause.
So all that I'm going to do, run that one through, take out the little bits, and I'll do no more until we come back.
You have started a serial... So, you know what? In the last hour, we've chatted about rolling eggs down hills.
We have.
We've chatted about zorbing. And we've also chatted about cereal. There's a bit of a debate, apparently, Rachel tells me, of cereal over on social.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's specifically to do with the golden nuggets, but it seems like there is a big dividing line about lovers of the golden nuggets and the golden nugget haters.
Right.
And apparently in the US, they're called sugar pops.
Sugar pops.
Yeah.
That is pretty much just like eating a cola cube, to be fair. A cola cube?
A polar cube?
Well, or a cola cube, or a
cola
sugar
cube.
cube.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
sweet.
Cola cubes.
Cola cubes.
That's literally taken me back about 40 years.
You're not that old.
I am. Well, listen. Thank you for all of the lovely comments. I'm taking my leave now because I've got to go out there to do some filming with the social team, and that is it for me for this week. I've had a thoroughly brilliant week. Do you know, next week what I thought I'd do? I'll be in on Tuesday. I thought I'd come in and do a show on Tuesday with Debbie Robinson, do a full day, and then on Wednesday I'm napping off again for two weeks. I've done 4 weeks on the trot, you know. Yes, so that'll be me. But thank you to everybody today for some brilliant shows. Thank you guys as well. Oh, by the way, really quickly, after the show, 5 o'clock, I'm doing a Facebook Live, one of my little giveaways. I've got some cards to give away after this show. As soon as this finishes, you can catch me. I've got some of his makes to give away. He was wondering where all his makes were gone. I nicked them all to give them away on my page. Stay with us. Becky Redican's coming up after this short break, and Craig will be back with lots more. But for me, bye for now.
Bye, Ben.
Bye.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey Tool from Crafter's Companion. An absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit, its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey Tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafter's Companion Pokey Tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set.
Quick Buy, get yours now.
Hello and welcome back. I know what you're thinking. Ben's got short. But no, it's not Ben. It's lovely me and the wonderful Craigle. If you have just tuned in, don't worry, you haven't missed too much. We've still got some real treats for you, including our fabulous bundle galore. Now, we are partway through a demo, so let me just remind you of what you have the opportunity to get with us today. It is all about our Grande edibles, these sensational treats that you're getting your hands on. There is a wealth of goodies. You are going to be getting all of these different ones as part of the bundle, which means you are getting a stellar saving, nearly £16 off or nearly $19 off. It is your time to treat yourself. Should we dive back into the demo then? Oh, go ahead, Craigle Bagel, what are we doing?
Rightio. So we have got to this point here. So we've got our 6x6 card blank where we've folded it in half again, so then we've got our easel that we can see here, and then taken another piece of 6x6, die cut the die as well. And the reason, just before we stopped at that point where I was explaining about a little pencil line where I start to do my die cut, so my cardstock edge right at this point here in my die. So I've put a pencil line into the edge of my card so that when I lined up that pencil line at the edge of this piece of the card, it means my cardstock is cut in the same place. So when I come to layer that over the top, it layers perfectly and it layers within that 6x6. So that's why I've done that. But also, what I've done is taken a strip of our craft card, and I'm going to do the same again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to line up the edge of the craft card at that pencil line, and this is actually going to form a drop shadow. So this is why I wanted all the layers to be in the same position. So we're going to run these ones through. So this sort of strip, if you were to cut separately like I'm doing now, this is where they're going to go through your smaller machines.
Perfect.
So to create a concept and a card concept using these, then most of the styles you will need your larger die cutting machine. But if you're doing smaller concepts, you're doing strips and that, they will go through the junior, but they'll also go through the Go and the Mini as well.
That's fab.
What you will do, just to actually clear that up, maybe you didn't see the start of the show, just to clear that up, with the Go or the Mini, because the die is longer than the folder or the plate. So what you would do is you would cut so far, and then once you've cut as much as you can do, then what you're going to then do is cut there, and then because you've got this little overhang, what you would do, Becky, is turn it around and then run it through again.
Perfect.
So you can still get that full length within your smaller machines.
That's great.
So that's that one. So what we can do now is if we remove this out the way, we've then got our die cut in the craft card, and then once again, because we've positioned it at the same place, when we come and overlap it, what we're going to do is get it perfect. However, we are going to do a drop shadow to create that shadow at the back. But let's go in now and we're going to layer these ones up. So on the back, I've already got some of my tape on. And then what I'm going to do here, Becky, is on the show as well, we've got our tacky glue in the little applicator. So I'm going between both of them because I did have Dawn's glue left over from yesterday. I'm going between that and our tacky glue. So going in, and then when it comes to our tacky glue, this is the adhesive that I use for all of my little intricate die cuts. But as you can see, what I'm not doing is going over every single individual line. I'm kind of sketching over the back, just enough so that we get a nice coverage on most elements. And then what will happen is, although we're only adding little bits of glue, the glue will spread. So you're still going to get a really strong, permanent adhesion. That's it.
But less usability.
What was that, sorry?
Less usability.
Less usability,
Yeah.
Absolutely. What I am going to do, because it's just dawned on me what I have done, is I've popped my adhesive tape right to the top here. If I go and do that, Becky, what it's going to do, it's going to stick to that panel there, which you don't want.
No.
You don't want that, because then it's not going to form the easel. So I'm
Right.
going to set that to the side. So what we can do is we can go into the one that I had spare. I'm going to lay it over the top. So all that I'm going to do again, let's just do that once more. So I'm going to go over all of these bits, maybe not as much as I did on that last one, just enough to get our adhesive on, kind of sketching. And then instead of adding my tape all the way to the top, what I will do is only add a little line just here to the halfway point. So then that means this is nice and free. It's not going to stick to that top part.
Yeah.
And therefore it's still going to form the easel.
Beautiful.
So let's line that one up there and then there. So let's hold that just for a second for it to grab, line it back up, make sure it's all nice and straight. And then now, this is what I mean by, what we've then got is we've got our easel front, whereas if I had used that last bit, because I had adhesive along this top, it would have stuck to the top of that blank, and it wouldn't open. So that's why I've done that.
Perfect.
So then what I'm going to do on the back of this one, I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to add a sketch of our tacky glue, and we're going to add this one on over the backs, and then we're going to layer this over our craft card layer. It's a mouthful, but we're going to do a very slight drop shadow. And then the papers that I'm using from this one are actually from a past Sarah's signature collection, which was Care and Thoughts.
Oh, love that one.
However, you could absolutely use the vintage butterflies that's on this show. So going in, I always find it easier doing it from the side. Actually, let's do it this way, so it's easier for you to see. So what I would do is hover directly over the top, and then I would pull to the right-hand side, ever so slightly. So then we're going to get a drop shadow of the craft. So press that in. And because we've pulled it to the right-hand side slightly, you will get a very slight overhang of the craft card. So all you need to do is just trim that away. And then if I bring in, actually we can do it there. Can we see now how we've got that shadow?
Peepo!
It just peeps out, but it's nice. It's just then lifting up that die cut design. So then what we can do is let's come in with these layers now. These are the ones that were from Care and Thoughts. You could be doing these with the vintage butterfly if you so wish.
Actually, the vintage butterfly has got some of the craft card colour in
Does,
it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So that'd work great.
And it's even got some of the peachy tones as well within
So
some of them. So you're spot on there. It would work absolute treat, no problem. But layering these ones. And with a lot of these, what I've wanted to do is I wanted to do demos that really show them the dies in different ways. So I didn't want to spend too much time doing inking and blending and that sort of thing. Whereas you can absolutely do that. Go around your pattern papers or your die cuts and add inks or your gilding waxes. You can do all of that. Watch and take the demos that I'm doing, and like we always say with all of our demos on the show, if you want to replicate them exactly as we do them, by all means do that. If you want to change them up or add colour, you can do as well. You know, if you feel it's helpful to learn from them, replicate them, and then do them again, but change them up.
Yeah.
Do what you feel easiest at doing. And then all that we're going to do, Becky, is if I pop that one here, then I've already got just a few bits already layered. These stamps are also from our Care and Thoughts collection, but you might want to use some of your other ones from your own set.
Got ya.
I know you guys stateside, you got something very special on HSN the other night. You might want to use them, but let's pop that there.
Aww.
And then we're going to go in with this one, which is going to create our stopper. So adding our tape on here, take this one off. And if you want to come in with gems and embellishments like I've done on some of the other demos, you absolutely can, but you don't always need them. So I'm going to go, I want it to stand quite proud, so I'm going to pop that one there. And then I've got two bits to add, a little butterfly, which was from that same collection. That one can then go, let's pop that little butterfly here. And I only ever pop my adhesive on the body of the butterfly, and then that way I can get in and I can lift the wings like that. And then last but by no means least, let's go in with our glue gel. I've got a bow. That one can go into there, and then there we go.
Oh,
We've
so
got
pretty.
A lovely little easel card, whereas, you know, technically it's still on an edge, but what it is, it's on the edge of the bottom of the easel card, so it's a nice decorative bottom for you. We all love a decorative bottom every now and again, don't we?
So much so, yeah.
Love that one.
Especially on a Thursday, decorative bottom Thursday, isn't it?
It is actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is too. So so far, 3 different styles of cards, starting simplistic, you know, building up intermediate, and then the last 2, because we're aiming for 5 in total, the last 2, we're going a little bit more advanced.
And I'll be honest, I've seen them and they are delish. Thank you so much, Craig.
Thanks,
so
Becky.
if you do want to seize the moment on these, now be your time to do so. Don't forget, within this collection, you are getting a few different styles and designs. So we are bringing to you in here all of the wonderful edgeables. Do not forget, as well, as the lovely Craigle said before, these are going to go through loads of your different machines, and we have got 25% off some of those machines. Have a little nosaroo on alone to find out more about those discounts. Elegant trellis. I've got your gingham lace. We've got balloon flowers as well. Sorry, I don't know why I said it like that. Balloon. We've also got your rose garden. I've got the dragonflies as well, and we have got the daisy chains. All of these are so different. They've got massively different personalities, and I think these could be a real all year round thing. So do seize the moment on those ones whilst you have the opportunity to do so. Let me just remind you too, we have got the gorgeous vintage butterfly as well. This has got so much interest within it. Really lovely colours, kind of muted in their tone, which I think is beautiful for this time of year, because it kind of is vintage. It's kind of ageless. Do you know what I mean? It's got that kind of delicacy to it. So if I take this for you, you can have a little nosy at some of the beauties we've got in here. We have got the, as I said, sort of the craft card colours in here. You see those peeping through. But then also we've got the wonderful yellows and purples, which of course are opposite each other on the colour wheel, so really complementary. Each of these, don't forget, are double-sided. So you're getting kind of a double whammy of detail here. I love these ones with the pinks and the peaches. And you've also got some almost like hidden butterfly details in here as well. So all of these different details you are getting, and don't forget they're all complementary. So you've got this in the 12 by 12, but also you've got the wonderful delicate smaller packs as well as the A4 as well that goes with it. Those are the pearlescence too. So do seize the moment if you want to grab your hands on it. One of the elements that we brought to you earlier on, ta-da, is our tacky glue as well. So the tacky glue you saw Craig use just a moment ago. This is a wonderful element for you to be able to use, because we have got a glue that you can use on multiple different surfaces. It dries beautifully clear, and it has sort of a movability to it until it is stuck, and then it is stuck nice and firm. As you saw Craig use then, sometimes you're going to need to get into really delicate areas. That is what these beauties are for. Fine tip applicators. All you have to do, if you wanted to, pop your glue into these, and then it will come out at a pinpoint of beauty. So it's really wonderful for you to be able to use. Loads of you getting in touch, absolutely loving on that card. Hi Yolanda, how are you? How's your day going? Saying gorgeous card, Craig. Beautiful. Hello to Darlene as well, saying love, 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 love this card. Quite sing-songy that, wasn't it? It didn't really mean to be. Also, Neesin saying hello, Becky and Craigle Bagel. Hi. Hello to Michelle as well, saying that these are pretty. I haven't bought anything for myself for months. Michelle, that should change today. Is it Michelle? It is, yeah. Michelle, change that today. You deserve it. I've heard you've been working very hard. Do feel free to treat yourself. Don't forget we've got Dreamees coming up for you again in a little bit, and we've got the wonderful edgeables with us too. So do seize the moment on those ones. We have brought to you today the fabulous edgeables, and we've got even more demonstrations to go. We've got 2 more to squeeze in, and I know that this next one, you've done a bit of a twist, haven't you?
I've done a twist.
Yeah, not as in like, not like that. I mean, like with this next card, it's a bit of a twist.
Next one, yeah, because this one actually, that's a good point. Because what we're away to do with this one, we could actually incorporate it to be as a background design, and I'll explain what I mean by that as we come to the end of it. But what I've got here, Beck, is I've got a card blank. Now I've actually cut it to 7 1/4 by 7 1/4. Now, the good thing with doing all our different sized card blanks at Crafter's Companion is we can bring in our Ultimate Pro and our scoreboard and make all our envelopes to fit our card blanks. So we're no longer dictated to by the size of the envelopes. So I've got my 7 1/4 by 7 1/4. We're going to go in with our gingham lace with this one. And this is where this demo is going to show and let you see the power of the Gemini. And that's because I'm going to go up to the left-hand side with the fold at the top. I do a lot of top fold cards because that's my favourite, or a tent fold card. I do prefer them. And what I'm going to do is going to go in with the die cutting edge to the left-hand side. That's going to go up, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to come along. I'm actually going to do it from the bottom. So I'm going to have my die flush against the bottom of my card. I'm going to go in with my low-tack tape. I'm only going to do a little piece. So we're going to then secure that one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go in, and I'm going to have it so my die is down the left-hand side of the Gemini. And what I've been doing for speed throughout all the demos is I've been doing the pause and reverse function. Now, I've not necessarily needed to do that with the other demos because they'd cut absolutely fine, done it for speed. But for something like this is when the pause and reverse comes in really handy. Not to cut down on speed, but to actually give it a double cut, because that's 2 layers of 300 GSM white stamping cards. So that's 600 layers. So the chances of it cutting perfectly first time round with the Gemini is really quite high. But you know what? Why not just give it a helping hand?
Yeah.
Run it through again by doing the reverse function. And then what we're left with is if we take this one off, we've then got our die cut piece. We can go in, so that bit's all run through. And you will find sometimes, kind of, you know, just saying the elephant in the room, if you are doing your 2 layers together, your cardstock can start to bend slightly.
Yeah.
But all that you're going to do is, well, what rectifies that is the choice of adhesive that you use. So your tape runner, whether it's your red liner tape or whether it is a tacky glue, they're going to both work really, really well. But all I'm going to do at that bottom part, I'm then just going to finish off that edge. So we've got our left-hand side nicely cut. So what we can then do is let's get rid of these bits. I'm going to then bring it in again. Let's take all of these out. This is the perfect one to keep the bits for shaker cards. Confetti, these little bits.
Oh gosh.
Really handy for that. And then what I'm going to do again is I'm going to then take this one here. Once again, lining them up straight along the bottom, so then I know it's in the same position as this side. So we can then go along, and we're going to do exactly the same, Becky. We're going to run it through. Once I hear that distinctive thud where the rollers have finished over the die, I'm going to pause it and reverse it.
Perfect. Hello to Marge, who said, I've just received this paper pad and I can't wait to start crafting with it. Marge, I completely understand that feeling. And do feel free to send in pictures if you craft anything today. We'd love to see. Lorraine has a question. Lorraine! Lorraine it is. Lorraine we call her sometimes,
That's a really nice fancy name for Lorraine, isn't it?
Yeah, Lorraine.
It's like, I know it's not a name, but it's like when Nigella would call the microwave microwave.
Yeah, it is. Microwave. Lorraine. Yeah. She's a dream. Etc. Anyway, Lorraine. She's asking, how long are the dies?
Really good question. Really good. So, do you want to answer that, or will I?
No, you do it.
Oh, will I do it? Right, well, I can tell you. So they're 7.3 inches. And they're all 7.3 inches in length, and in actual fact, they're all 2 inches in width as well. So all of them are exactly the same. So 7.3 inches by 2 inches. So there we go. Hopefully that helps.
Beautiful. I hope that helps.
Hopefully. If not, I'm sorry. But that's measurements.
Didn't sound sincere at all, did it?
No, I know that will help you, no problem, anything like that. And that's a good thing with us being so interactive straight away.
Yeah.
Is by asking
Got a question, we're here for you. Unless you're watching this on repeat.
And then,
then we're not as helpful. But you can always message on our socials and everyone will jump on to help you. I'm absolutely sure of it. Because we do have a good community of helpers, don't we?
We do. We really, really do. It's similar when I do my Facebook Lives from home, although I've not had the chance to do one as of late. But sometimes what will happen is, because comments can go quite quick,
Yeah.
I don't always see certain questions.
Yes.
But everyone else that's watching, they're so helpful, and they'll always help to answer any questions or that maybe I've missed in that. And that's
Yeah.
what's just lovely. It's so nice
Oh,
to
you're
see.
good eggs.
Really are. Really, really are. But now that I've done both sides, and then all that I'm going to do, just at the edge of my table, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a very slight, not too much, curve it on the edge of my desk, just to flatten it out slightly. And then what I'm also going to do is finish off this base. I'm going to use that with my guillotine. And all that I'm doing is trimming off that base in line. I want to make sure it is straight. So line that one up here and here. And then that's has got a decorative edge on our card blank.
Gorgeous.
I'm going to go in with seal brown, bit of water reactive, and I'm only going to do it on this top one. So what we can do is then add a little bit of colour, because the papers that I'm away to use is from the Vintage Butterflies, Becky.
Ooh. We have got that on show today
We
if you
do
fancy
indeed.
it. Don't forget, by the way, if you do have any questions, like the lovely Dream Loreen, do feel free to message us in on socials, because we are currently live. That is, if you're watching and it is in the UK, 3:27 and 24 seconds, then we are currently live. So you can message in those questions. Or maybe you'd like to let us know what you're doing for the final day of March 2022. Maybe you want to let us know if you are planning any mischief for tomorrow, with it being April Fool's Day and all. Have you ever done any April Fool's pranks?
I don't think I've done them, but there's always one on either the TV or the news that I fall for every year. There's always one.
Oh, is
Yeah.
there?
Yep.
Can you remember any?
What was that?
Can you
sorry?
remember any? I'm sure there was one about like a polar bear or something, wasn't
There
there?
was a polar bear.
And it's when you moved it around, it spelt like April Fool's. That was a big one that was on telly, wasn't it?
I'm trying to think. This morning done one last year, and I fell for it hook, line and sinker. And you know something? It was so ridiculous that thinking back, it was like, why did I fall for that?
Yes.
But I think I forgot the date, to be honest with you. But yeah, I always fall for one.
Oh, I love that. Do feel free to let us know if you've ever been fooled by an April Fool, or maybe you were a famous fool in your family. And then do feel free to message us in. Sandra says, okay, Becky, my Mother's Day order arrived this morning and I've sent a picture of me make.
Oh,
Sandra,
brilliant.
I'm going to get Georgia Porgy Pudding and Pie to search that out in the emails, and we'll have a little nosy if that's all right. It's all right if we share it, isn't it? I hope so.
of course.
Thanks for sending that in.
So actually, funny enough about talking about sending them in, I'm going to do a shout out for tomorrow. I'm so lucky. I've got this launch and I've got a launch tomorrow.
Oh, your dogs, your animals.
Stamps, right? Animals with attitude. If you've not seen my Crafter's Companion Facebook page, please go across and have a look. I've pinned the post to the top. What I want you to do is the stamps are fun. It's not just cats and dogs, they're like flamingos, it's bears, and it's characters, and they've got attitude. There's one with a giraffe with glasses, and that's hilarious. So what I want you to do is between now and then, tomorrow's show, on my Facebook page, where you see the comment about it, if you've got pictures of your cat or your dog, or any animal photo that you've taken where the cat looks like it's got, or the animal looks like it's got some attitude,
Yeah.
or it might just be funny, post that picture on my Facebook page underneath my post. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 5 that are my favourites. It's Johnny and Charlotte that's on tomorrow with me and Corinne. Please, Ben, yeah, a cup of tea would be lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, black, no
2
sugar,
sugars,
strong,
no milk,
thanks.
quite weak.
Thanks,
Thank you.
strong. Thanks,
And
Dan.
then the 5 that we've picked, we're going to show them live in the show. And then one of them that's an absolute favourite, I'm going to do a little giveaway and I'll send something away. So head across to my Facebook page and have a look at that post. What you've been sending already, my Facebook page, you've seen it, has gone bonkers with these hilarious
Yeah, it
photos.
has.
Absolutely.
That Willy Wonka one, I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Willy Wonka, I know that dog. Oh, absolutely hilarious. hilarious. So yeah, do that. You don't need to worry at the moment about sending them to a studio, to our studio or that. Just pop them on my Facebook post, and I'll clip them and send them to the gallery tomorrow.
Great stuff.
But yeah, really made me laugh.
What animal do you think gives the most attitude?
I'd totally agree with you on that one, Molly.
Cats.
George has got
is
two
what Molly
cats.
says.
Do you know what it is? It's not that, well, I'm a dog person. It's not that I don't like cats. It's just cats can come up all cute and cuddly. They go to sit on you, and then before you know it, they just go for you.
Yeah.
The attitude comes out.
Yeah.
And it's like they're unpredictable, some of them.
My cat basically ignores me until she wants something.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden it's like, best friend.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Mum, how are you? Hi. Food. Doesn't know where I am anymore. Like, yeah, bye.
Yeah.
See you at tea time.
What about you, George? Is your cats like that? Are they?
He's saying they're pretty chilled.
Pretty chilled.
Every now and again they give a bit of sass, but otherwise they're pretty good.
So we can definitely tell that tomorrow, during launch day, in the comments, we're going to be animal chat daft, that's for sure. I can tell you. It's going to be
I love
funny.
it.
Check that. In actual fact, these edibles would work well with some of the stamps, just because of the texturous look that they've got. Because I think there's about 8 sets in total with all different animals. Becky, they're
Cute.
a hoot, an absolute hoot.
Oh, Sandra's in. Sandra, we've just uploaded your picture. We'll have a nosy at that in a bit. But Sandra's in. Basically, just this needs a big shout out because this is absolute crafting goals. Sandra yesterday sorted 6,000 flat-backed pearls by size and colour. So it's nice and easy to use them today. How's your craft room organising going?
Oh, it's done.
How's your bathroom painting going?
Yeah, I'm going to do it this weekend.
Oh, yeah, you've been saying that for, a year and a half.
Yeah, every weekend for a year and a half. Whenever I've worked with Becky, and Becky's like, what are you up to this weekend? Really need to paint my bathroom and decorate it. I've got the paint, I've got it all ready. And I keep saying, I'm going to do it this weekend. Still not done.
I love that. That
But
card
here
is
we go.
absolutely beautiful.
So you've got that in our card. Now, this is the one, what I was explaining earlier on, Becky, what I would also do is create this, but instead of a card blank, I would then, for instance, just do this bit here, without this top there. So perfect. So there we go. So just that bit there. And then I would mat and layer that onto another piece of green card, onto a card blank, and that is now a full card topper. So that is to show you how you can use your card, your card decoration, your Grande edgeables in a card front way if you want to. But die cutting it into both layers with your card blanks. So that is now our 4th one, and we will get our 5th one done just shortly.
That is exciting. Thank you very much for that, Craig. If you have just tuned in, whoa, what a great time to do so. We've still got so much to come. Dreamees on their way with us. They'll be joining us in the studio shortly, but we've also got another demo with these fabulous Grande edgeable dies. Now, these ones for you today, you have got a load that you are able to choose from. We're bringing to you all of these different designs, including your trellis. This is the one that Craig has just worked with now, and it gave you that beautiful look, really pretty. So that one's the gingham lace. Oh, I used to love the gingham skirts at school. Do you remember them at summertime? Oh, it's getting to that time of year we're gone. Not that I could wear one of those since I'm not 7 anymore. But anyway, balloon flowers I've got for you. I've got this one, which I have to show you. Ben, thank you for me brew. I have to show you on this card because it is sensational. This one here that I'm bringing is the Rose Garden. I've got your chasing dragonflies, and I've also got your daisy chain as well. Beautiful designs that you can make with these cards, and that's no lie. Let me remind you too, these will go through many different machines, including a little reminder, we have got a flash sale on with our wonderful, wonderful machines. We were talking about the power of the Gemini, and we aren't joking. We have got for you a selection of our cutting machines, and we've got discount today. you've saved yourself around 25%, but it's only until midnight. So if you've been thinking, wondering, hoping, dreaming, wishing and hoping and all that, now is your time. So these are different ones you can get your hands on. I will just remind you, some of them you can only get in the UK. For example, like the Go, you can't get that if you're in the EU right now. But have a little nosy online. You can treat yourself to the Gemini, which is kind of your original, the OG, the original Gemini. I've also got my Junior, which is a little bit smaller, a bit daintier. Great if you've got a smaller crafting area, maybe a crafting corner. It's a perfect one. Still all the power, but not all the size. And then we have got the Pro. This Pro cuts 12 by 12. So if you love dynamic and dramatic, for example, photo pages or scrapbook pages, that's the one to go for. All today until midnight with a 25% discount. We will be nattering about the foil press later on because that's also in the offer. We'll be chatting about that a little bit later, but I just thought I'd remind you of that for now if you fancied it. It is time to remind you that we have got the wonderful Grande Edgeable collection on show for you today. And we have got another demonstration to squeeze on in. So let's throw on over to Crafter's Corner. What are we making this time, Craig?
Right, let's do a domed card for this one, using
nice.
the Grande Edgeable as a dome front. So what I'm going to do is I've got a piece of craft card here, and I've cut it to 7 3/4 by 4 inches. And what I'm also going to do, what have I done with my scoreboard? I'm going to bring in my scoreboard. And at each side, I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. So I'm going to score at 1/2 inch now. You can score now or you can score after you've die cut. That's up to you. I do find it easier to score first. If you score afterwards, you just need to be careful that you're then going to be scoring into die cut pieces. So you don't want to catch your scoring tool and for it to rip. So that's why I find it easier doing it first. So we're now going to go in with our die, and which is probably my favourite, and that is the Elegant Trestle. So
Why is that one your fave?
I just love the design. I love anything that is like a crisscross with diamonds and that, and I just like that effect. It's a really nice one to use as a stencil as well, or to ink through or spritz through. So you can be using that one. So what I'm going to do, exactly the same as all of them, this all die cuts. You've got a top edge that cuts out and all of this remains in place. So I'm going to pop that to the top of my piece of card, and then I'm going to kind of get it central, just so I've got the same little width of card at each side here, and secure this one down, and then secure it in, and then what I'm going to do is let's just hold it in, and then we can go in. This is the sort of card, let's just pop that back. This is the sort of card that you can be making with your Gemini Junior or your Midi, because this size of card is all we're going to be cutting. Yeah. So therefore it is going to go through your Junior plates.
Great.
So let's secure that one again. There we go.
Lovely.
Running it one through. And this is actually the piece that's going to dome, because what I've done is, because I've scored at 1/2 inch at each side, that's actually going to dome over our cardstock in a moment. So it's going to be a nice finished front of a card.
Lovely. That's really nice. Hello to Olivia, who's saying the best April Fools was from the BBC News when they showed a photograph of a spaghetti tree. It had strands of cooked spaghetti hanging from its branches.
I think I remembered that.
I do not remember that, but I need to look at that.
I'm sure I don't think I fell for that one, but I'm sure I do.
It's a question though. Who are they paying at the BBC to cook a load of pasta and put it on a tree? Maybe it was photoshopped.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Or maybe it was just like, you know, lunch at the BBC.
Well, yeah.
It was 1957 apparently, so no photoshopping then.
True, very true.
That's great. Oh, apparently Molly's watching it right now. And what's happening? She's saying it's quite funny. There's just loads of bits of spaghetti and it genuinely looks real. Oh, I'll have to have a look at that later.
I'm going to have a look myself, yeah.
I mean, if there was to be a tree that grew some food, I don't think spaghetti would be my go-to.
No, no, very true. Very true. I do like spaghetti and pasta though.
Yeah.
Maybe just not from a tree.
Yeah. Cakes.
Cakes.
I'd go for.
Cake tree.
Cake tree, that'd be delish.
Yeah.
Apparently the April Fool worked because spaghetti wasn't really eaten in the UK. It was more only in Italy, so British viewers didn't kind of realise that that's not how spaghetti just worked. Well, that is
Okay.
very interesting.
That is interesting, actually.
Olivia Dean, thank you for sharing that with us. I feel like I've just learnt something.
Yeah, because yeah, nowadays, because we eat so much pasta and spaghetti, I don't think anyone would fall for that, would
No.
they?
The one that's always confused me, I don't know why I'm sharing this with you now, but I'm going to, about like where things come from is, have you ever looked at the back of a packet of vinegar? Do you know how vinegar's made?
No.
If you look at the back of a packet of vinegar, it just says ingredients, vinegar. But what is that? Where does that come from?
That's a good point. Where does it come from?
Where does it come from? I don't understand. I'm sure someone at home does though.
Yeah. I've never thought of that before, Becky.
Right?
Where
I have. I've thought
does
a few.
vinegar come from?
Yeah. Where does it come from? So many questions,
Yeah.
but no answers.
or how, or maybe not necessarily where does it come from, but how is it made? You know,
Yeah.
what's ingredients? You would think something has to be in the water to make it sour.
Vinegary,
Vinegar, or vinegary.
yeah. But that's the thing on the back of the packet that I get. It doesn't even say like water and whatever.
No?
Vinegar.
Okay. Just add vinegar to vinegar. It's a good one, George, yeah. So what I've done here is I've got my, my panel now, and I just trimmed away at the edges here. And then I've layered up some of my mats and layers. These are from Vintage Butterfly. Added a bit of black, added a bit of craft. The main pattern is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and you know what I'm like. My next layers go up in 1/4 inch increments. So black is 5 1/2 by 5 1/2, and craft is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. And then what I'm going to do is just kind of going on with what Ben was asking earlier on about when I use which tape. Because this is it's not necessarily construction, is it something that's going to be working, but we want it to be really, really strong and sturdy. So therefore, I'm going to jump to my red liner tape. Alternatively, you could use your tacky glue if you want, but I'm going to do a strip of my red liner tape. You know, we've got all of these sorts of tapes on our website as well.
We do.
Taking a little bit, taking this one off. And the measurement that I gave you for this layer here, because it's slightly wider than this panel, it means when I go to tuck that around, so if I press there, can we see how we've got a good, it's about 3/4 of an inch, maybe an inch extra here before our little tab. So that means when I go to, let's do it from up above, there we go. So if I go to tuck that in, we get our dome. We get our dome here.
Beautiful.
So press that one here. Now I've made that very dimensional with the dome, but all that you would do is if you don't want it to be as domey, as domey, yeah, I'm going to go domey.
If you want the dome to be less domey.
Less proud.
Oh,
then
right,
what you
yeah,
would
that's, I
just do
suppose
is
that's a better
score
word.
further in. So you've got a lot of scope as to how high up you want the dome.
Yeah.
Or domey. Then what I'm going to do now is I could have done this bit before I popped the dome together, but a strip of the pattern paper, which is from Vintage Butterfly. Add that one on, and then let's take these ones here,
Beautiful.
and then here. The other thing you can do as well as, I've wanted that quite deep, but if you wanted it to be smaller, then just reduce the size of your card, and this would be further down.
Got you.
So what I'm going to do is let's pop this in. This is what I mean by it's always easier to pop these ones on before you actually construct your project. Let's pop that one on.
Oh, we've had a message in about vinegar.
Have we?
Just whilst you're lining that
Yeah.
up. Vinegar is a fermented alcohol. It seems very scientific and there's lots of long words. Fermented alcohol.
Fermented alcohol.
So what, like you, if I, you know, hey, that gin that you've got in the green room.
The gin in the green room.
If you leave that there for a bit longer, it might turn into vinegar.
Tacky glue. Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
There's a thought. Thank you for finding that out
I won't
for
be
us.
there long enough for that to happen.
Hello to Lorraine saying, I was on TV a few weeks back.
Okay.
Sorry, it was on TV. It is me, like Lorraine. Oh, yeah, I've seen that. No, it was on TV a few weeks back. Vinegar apparently was discovered by accident when some red wine went wrong.
Red wine went wrong.
So it's red wine, is it? Oh, yeah, well, they do red wine vinegar and white wine vinegar. But then what's normal vinegar?
What's normal?
Yeah, maybe they ferment malt. Well, this is absolutely fascinating because I have researched this before.
Have you?
Yeah, I have, yeah, because I'm big into vinegar. And, I like to know where my food comes from.
Yeah.
Big into vinegar. It's one of my favourite flavours.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I wasn't able to work it out. So this is very interesting, thank you.
Yeah.
I even have a favourite vinegar.
Well, do you?
Yeah, it is red wine vinegar.
Red wine vinegar.
The best of the vinegars. I've been to a vinegar tasting as well. Oh, your face. You do not like the sound of that?
No.
No? I had to take a heartburn tablet afterwards, as you can imagine.
I do, of course, I do like vinegar with my chips and that.
Oh, yeah.
But vinegar tasting,
Yeah. It was nice.
don't
It was
know
good.
what I feel about that.
Yeah, like little sort of shot glasses you got, and it's just a little, oh yeah, vinegary.
Yeah. Do you have to do what you do when you go to wine tasting with the vinegar taste? You have to swirl it around your mouth and everything like
Yeah,
that.
swirl it.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I've seen
genuinely,
that as
yeah.
a joke,
Bit of
but
a
do you?
swirl, yeah. And also a bit of a to let the air
Oh my
in.
gosh, that would really catch the back of my throat if you had to do that with vinegar.
Oh, it's good, yeah.
Oh well,
Each to their own.
each to their own, yeah. There's a lot of things I do that people would probably be like, oh no, I don't like the thought of that.
Apparently you can do it with oil as well. So I've heard.
Oil.
Yeah, like different oils, like different olive oils.
Oh, olive oils.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not just like,
Not
oh,
just
baby oil, yeah, car oil.
Car oil.
No, not like that.
Yeah.
I mean like different olive oils.
Different, yeah. I think I'll stick to the alcoholic
Wine,
tastings.
gin, all right, yeah. All right.
Although in saying that, I've never actually been to a tasting.
Have you never?
No.
Wow.
I've not.
They are good fun.
I think we should have a works day out and do some
Great idea.
alcohol tasting.
Research purposes, we can
Research
say that we're
purposes.
going because we're coming up with a new stamp collection and we need to understand wines better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll work
I
on
like
the
that.
lie, you send the email.
I like that, Becky. Let's go for it. Let's do it. Me and you together. We can get these sorts of things sorted, couldn't we?
Hello to Annie, who is saying, apparently it's double fermented, usually made from wine or sometimes cider. Yes, cider vinegar, very nice also. Second favourite, cider vinegar is. How did we get onto this?
I know, that's what I was just thinking myself, actually. I was just thinking, how did we get onto this? But while we've been talking about vinegar,
Ta-da!
we've gone in. Now, as I say, I know that's very dimensional, but by increasing your score line, so if you wanted it to not be as far out, not as proud, all that you would do is then maybe just score in at an inch at each side, or maybe an inch and a half.
Love that.
Have a bit of a play. But then within, if I've got that finished sample to hand, it's like this one here. Can you imagine bringing in your flower dyes within this one, like Alison's done then, but then done it within these ones, so cascading all the way up if you wanted to, but you can be doing that if you want. The Just to Say and the butterfly dye, they're both from Sarah's Signatures Care and Thoughts collection, and the paper pad is from Vintage Butterflies, and then the black, as well as the craft, as well as the card blanc, is just from our Crafter's Companion cardstock range.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. It's
You're
beautiful,
welcome.
that make, isn't it? Craig, you're off now, aren't you?
I am.
For how long?
Well, till cartload, anyway.
Yay!
So, I'm away to go and get bits and pieces sorted for tomorrow's Craft Chat and Crate, 'cause I'm on Craft Chat and Crate, and then I'm on at the end of the day.
Cool.
But we'll be back just shortly. I'm going to put the TV on, and I'm going to watch the Dreamees and yourself at the same time.
Great stuff, and we will see you back in a little bit. If you would like to treat yourself, don't forget, Sandra, we had your picture, didn't we, Sandra? Sandra was working, got a Mother's Day collection through. Let's have a little nosy at what the wonderful Sandra's been making with her fabulous treat. I love that you got it through. I'm sure you said, Sandra, you got it through today and instantly just making away with it. Have a little look at, Craig, look at this. Come here, since you're here.
Give you my cards.
No. What do you think?
Oh, wow, look at that. How beautiful is that? Oh, they would have loved that for sure.
That's really
Definitely.
pretty, isn't
Very
it?
pretty as well.
That feels like your sort of colour palette, actually,
It is
Craig.
actually, it really is. It really is.
That's in from Sandra.
Sandra, lovely Sandra, I love that one. Beautiful.
Right, go and enjoy your time.
Although I've got no chance with Hayley in the building, but there's my cards for demo of
The show.
the show, and they're in order as well.
Oh, you do spoil me. Right, you
try.
go,
Right,
Craig.
see you in a couple
See you
hours.
in a bit. Okie pokerly, we have got so many more goodies coming for you. So, it's time. You're going to want to pinch yourself because you're going to feel like you're dreaming. I'll work on that. We have got the wonderful Dreamees team coming up for you with more of their fantastic treats. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day. Quick Buy. All your crafting must-haves in a flash. Achieve crisp, precise, and perfect die cutting results every time with the Gemini Accessories Plastic Shim. The idea behind the plastic shim is that it creates a thicker plate combination, offering an even more precise die cutting result with each pass. Simply pop a plastic shim between your cutting plates and then roll through your Gemini die cutting machine and voila! An amazing precise cut every time. Plastic shims work really well with detailed or thin metal dies. So if intricate cutting is your thing, then the Gemini Accessories Plastic Shim is your best friend. Quick Buy. Get yours now. Quick Buy. All your crafting must-haves in a flash. Make your die cutting tools last as long as your love for crafting with the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates. Your metal dies are put under lots of pressure with each pass through your Gemini die cutting machine. So to make sure they cut crisp, clean, delicate designs for years to come, you need to look after your dies, and that's where the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates come in. Quick Buy. Get yours now.
Oh, how much have you been waiting for this? If you have just tuned in because you are over there in the wonderful US and you have been hoping and waiting and enjoying, we have got for you something very, very special indeed. We have got the incredible Dreamees with us. Now, We have got for you so many fantastical elements within this. If you've never seen Dreamees before, well, I'm sure you have, right? Because let's face it, Dreamees is a name that so many of us will know. But if you haven't for one reason or another, what you're about to see is elements that really do spark creativity. These are very sturdy, but very inspirational elements. The way I always like to think of these is it's almost like a blank canvas, but the work of the canvas has been done for you. So it's not as scary as you may imagine it being. We have got for you the fabulous Dreamees, and I'm going to introduce you to the lovely Carol and Hayley in a moment or two. But just before we do, if you have just tuned in because you're in the US and you've, well, quite frankly, been asleep, I hope you had a good nap. Because what time is it there at the moment? Is it like 10 a.m.? Is it about 10, 11? We have got for you, sad to say, limited stock on pretty much everything right now. We have already had 6 items completely sell out, including some of them that we have got sort of exclusives of. So I will just give you a little bit of advice. If you have been hoping and waiting and wishing and dreaming of this show, do head on over to the website right now. Check out what you fancy, and then you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the fabulous demonstrations. Because already with things like the fabulous teapot, oh, it says sold out there. It's not, don't worry, chill out. Half of my stock has gone on that one already. So please do seize the moment on that one if you fancy it. In this, you are going to be getting a fabulous collection with 45 different elements that will create for you, as I mentioned before, the basis for you to grow and depict your fabulous ideas. The wonderful thing about this is that you have the opportunity to make these into any style, any theme that you wish, simply by changing the way that you put these together, the papers, for example, that you use. I mean, just check this out. I absolutely adore this. Now, you will get a number of these, just as a reminder, because let's be honest, Dreamees could have said to us, oh, you know, just have one of them in this collection. But actually, you are going to get the different elements 3 times over, which is meaning that you have got one for yourself, one for your best friend, one for your neighbour next door. Or if you double upon these, because don't forget, you're saving 20% today, you have the opportunity to make everyone in your family smile. This is definitely your time to seize the moment. So feel free to do so now. Whilst you are doing that, let's head on over to Crafters Corner and say hello to the fabulous Carol. Hi Carol, how are you?
Hi Becky, I'm fine, thank you. Are you?
Really good. Can I ask you a personal question, Carol?
Go on then.
How much do you love a cup of tea?
Oh, I love a cup of tea. I love a cup of tea, yes. Milk, no sugar.
Oh, hey, yeah, I'm on board with you there. Tell us a little bit about what you've got in front of you.
Right, so this is obviously the teapot artboard. We have been asked for these, so we've bought you a pack of 3. And it's just a nice little gift as well. So I'm going to be doing something like this in the different colour papers. And then on this one, I've just added the little tea bag and everything behind here. So if you're giving it a gift, you could just put a little tea bag, or you, if it's a birthday or anything, just pop a little gift card, or I don't know, some cash in there maybe, or you know.
Oh, I'm sold with cash. In fact, we were talking before about Betty's tea shop in York.
Yeah.
That'd be a great one. Put a little voucher in for an afternoon tea.
Exactly, yes, that would be amazing.
I love it.
Yeah.
If you do fancy getting your hands on this, all of your info is now on screen. And just in case you are new and you're wondering, yes, we are talking about sort of your real MDF here. This isn't the type that you're going to get home and it's dead flimsy. We've got a real sturdy MDF here. But yes, you do get the 3 different designs for just that price. So do seize the moment. So, shall we get crafting? Let's do it. Carol, I'm with you.
Okie dokie. Right, so this one, obviously, I've put my paper on already. This is the Spring Florals paper pad. the original one was the Graceful Garnet, but I thought we'll do it in a different colourway, and then you have got another bit of variety going on there as well. So we'll just get some double-sided tape onto this strip here. So that is just going to go across the centre. Just get this on, and then we can trim this back. So I'm not going to put this one over the handle just because of time, but you can put it over the handle here and then just trim it back, but obviously I don't want to do anything too intricate on TV. So let's just get this trimmed back. And on the reverse, I've actually just done a little bit of gesso on there. So, you know, you can paint it with whatever you fancy. MDF does take a wide variety of mediums. So when we've popped that on, just file it back with a nail file or sanding block or anything, just to smooth those edges out and make it all nice and neat. Right, so then we are going to put some layers on here now. So this is the middle part of the doily. So this is what I'm going to use on this one. So it's just the right size really for in there. So we'll just get a little bit of foam tape on here, just to make it stand up a little bit. Just top and bottom.
Don't forget as well, if you've got any questions for the lovely Carol and Hayley, you can just message us in on our socials, because they are here, they are live, they are real, they are 3D. So you can feel free to message us in if you've got any questions.
So I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue on here. I have covered this as well. You do get the little top bit for the lid and the little knob that you get on top there, so you can put a pearl or something like that. We do get the teacups, we get the spoons. You know, you get quite a lot on there that you can use. So then I've already done this, painted this with the black gesso, so we're just going to pop that across there. Let's, we're not putting any sizzle on at that time. We'll pop this just. Generally, I wouldn't use the hot glue for this. I would use just your wet glue, because you might see some of this coming through. That's the only reason why. So just pop that at an angle on there. So I've done it in the black so it stands out quite nicely. And then you've got your butterflies as well. So we can, I think we've got 3 of those, yeah. So I've just covered those in the paper. Again, you can paint them if you want to. It's left with you. So we're just going to pop these on.
Okay, just whilst you're gluing that on, I've just been asked to remind you, because we do not have a huge amount of these left over. 8 by 8, a spoonful of honey. Sorry, I just sang that. People now turning off around the planet. I have got for you a massive amount of these have completely and absolutely gone. We're talking around, you know, sort of 2 handfuls left of this, okay? 8 by 8 for the Dreamees spoonful of honey. Double-sided designs. I have got for you here almost watercolour-like designs on this one. I'm bringing to you bold, almost geometric designs on some. This is going to go gorgeous with some of the Dreamees honey pieces that we've done before that I know you love. Also, for me, these ones I think are great for obviously around this time of year. You've got your summertime, but also, is it just me, or when you think of this, are you thinking of like Winnie the Pooh and Piglet too? You have got something so special here. Again, 8 by 8, and you are getting 48 of these ones in there. I will just let you know we're getting very limited in stock, so I thought I'd remind you of that. Let's head on back over to lovely Carol.
Right, so what we're going to do now, I'm just going to use the stencils on these 2 little teacups. So let me just get those the right way round. Oh, let's go that way. I have put gesso on these as well, so I'm just going to use one of the stencils just to put a little bit of a pattern on here. And I'm using the Dinky Inkies. I know they've sold out, but or you can use your Spectrum Noir inks and things.
Oh, that's so lovely.
So yeah, just that little bit of a texture on there. And I'm just using it like this with my finger on the dauber, just so I can get in there quite nice and neatly there. So we've just got that little bit onto there, because they're going to stand up just on the bottom there. So where have I put my base?
Little book of textures currently at the bottom of your screen that includes the stencils you've just seen. 50% of the stock gone, so do be quick if you fancy them.
Right, and I'm just going to get this hot glue into here, just so it stands in the base. Oops, no, we need that on first. Oh no, we're all right. Pop that on first. So just so it's sturdy, so it's there. Okay, and then we can add some glue onto this one. So this is the outside of the doily die. So I'm just going to use that just to cover over that bit there. So a bit like if I say a doily or a tablecloth or something like that, just on there. Mm-hmm. And we've got some sisal here, sisal, sisal, whatever you want to call it.
Potato, tomato.
That's right. Right, so we're just going to add that onto there, if you can see that. And then we're going to create some flowers. So just pop that down with that, that's fine. Right, so just leave that there a minute. And then I have got the fretwork frills. So these are 2 little flowers that I've cut out, and you can see the little pin dots in here if you're getting really close. So it's not just a plain flower.
Oh,
you've got the really little pin dots in there. That's a good picture.
That's so delicate.
That. Yeah, and you have got like this little flap along the side as well. So as you shape them, you get that little ridge as well. So I'm just going to do that with my fingers. Just bring those up a little bit. And then just going to layer these on top of each other. And obviously I've got the different colour papers, because obviously that's how it comes, you know, depending which paper you use, as to which part of the paper you get light or dark or whatever you prefer. Okay, so we're just going to pop that on there. At this point I will put a couple of pearls in here as well. So these are the taster pearls. I've got the green at the moment. I know the pearl pickup tool's gone, but hopefully we'll be able to bring you some more of those next time.
Yeah.
So just pop those into there. Oops.
If anyone is looking at any of these tools, etc., on the website, and you're going, where on earth are they? Some things have sold out, I'm afraid, that you have missed them. Just, sorry, I don't know what else to say. But if you do want to seize the moment and jump on anything else we've got at the moment, then do be pretty quick, sharp. And I'll remind you of some of the things we've got left in a moment.
Right, so we've just popped that flower on the front there. And then I'm just going to get some hot glue and just pop these teacups on the side. So just a little bit of hot glue on the bottom there, and we can just pop those on there. Oh, where's my other one gone? There we go. So just, you don't need too much glue on there, just a little bit, just to hold them there, and then it just decorates that little bit there. And then we've got the spoons as well, which I have decorated again, covered with the same paper. So just get a little bit of glue on there as well. I'm just going to pop those onto there, and then we can do the reverse. Because I thought I wanted to do something a little bit different on the reverse, so that we can, you know, decorate that bit as well. So we've got the white on here.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do on here, I have got the circles. So these are the circles from the middle of the doily. So you do get all your different dies in there. So I'm just going to pop that onto there to start with. And with your papers being all double-sided, I'm going to fold this other one over. So that's that bit, and then we're going to fold this one over, which is going to make our flap to put our
I get you.
little tea bag in.
Like a little pocket.
Yes, a little pocket, that's right. So just bring it in a little bit, because obviously that's the layer. So got that there. Then I will just glue that little bit down just so it holds. And then we can pop a little flower on there as well. So that's going to just hold that, and then we've got this little pocket there. Okay, so then for that, all I've done is just got a flap of paper, just folded it up a little bit. We're just going to fold that over there, just a little bit of glue. So it doesn't have to be anything special, you know, just a little pocket there that we can put something in. So
Kim's messaged in saying, oops, these have just fallen into my basket. Nice work, Kim. Nice work. Second order of the day, whoops, apparently.
Right, just bear with me. I just need my sentiment now. So I have got the, what is it? The very purpose of life is to enjoy every moment.
Aww.
And this is the heartfelt sentiments one. So I'm just going to pop that onto here. Ideally, I should have done it before. Is this the grey? That's the grey. I want the black, so it's a bit darker. Yeah, so I would have ideally done this as it was flat because we might get some humps and hollers in there, but we get the idea.
We do.
So press that down quite firm. Hopefully it won't be too missed. Oh, yes, perfect.
Oh. Hey, perfect at that one. Herself, then. I could tell.
Yeah, I have. Right, so then we're just going to pop this into the back of there then, like that. Oh. And just pop a little tea bag or whatever you want in there. So just pop that into there. I am going to glue it in on this instance just so it stays in there.
Great.
So just pop it into there. And then we've got some more flowers here. So I've got some of the tiny ones, which is the frills. Let me just think, fretwork frills. So again, just the same thing. In fact, this time I think we'll just do the ball tool on here just to give it a bit more shape, and you'll probably see how that is just opening that flap up just on this edge here. Look, can you see?
Yes, you can.
So we've just got that little bit of a slit in those petals.
Marcel's just asked, was it a regular nail file that you used, Carol, to sort out the edges?
Yes, it is, yeah. Just a regular cheapy one, because they don't last too long, so we go for the really cheap ones. But obviously, if you've got a sanding block, that will last you much longer.
Great.
But as you can imagine, we use them quite a lot, so we just go for the really cheap ones and get those. So just pop this in here, and then another little bit of glue on there, and a pearl.
We have got some glue on show today if you did fancy stocking up, because I have a feeling you're going to be going through a fair amount. Actually, we did have a question about this earlier on. What type of glue would you be using to attach the paper to the MDF?
We tend to use our go-to glue, but any acrylic glue, you can use your colour glue, anything like that.
Great.
If you're not sure, just try it on a bit of waste MDF.
Right.
You know, because if you buy the sheets, you tend to have little bits of waste in there. So you can do that as well.
Great.
Right, so then we've got those, and I'm just going to add these little flowers here, just on the bottom there. So these are from the fretwork frills as well. So these are really handy because with them being so tiny, you know, you just fill in with your arrangements there then. Right, so let's just get a little bit of the go-to glue on there. So I'm just decorating this bit on the end here. Hopefully if it'll stick.
Beep, 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 beep. You've just 70% gone.
Ooh.
I repeat, 70% gone. 70.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well done, Becky, well done.
Thank you so much, Carol. Finally, I'm appreciated. I've been waiting for you all my life. But no, seriously, 70% gone, so if you do fancy it.
So we're just going to add a few more pearls now. So I'm just going to add a couple on there, one on the lid, and then we'll just pop 3 just on here, because your pearls just add that little extra touch. Well, I think they do.
I agree with you.
So this is the green ones that I'm going for at the moment to match in with my papers. One on there.
A lot of these papers are very popular. Maria's messaged in saying, I've ordered 2 of the spoonful of honey paper pads.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good idea.
They are so nice, all of them. You can't really have a favourite, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right, and I think we've about done at that. So that is the front of the teapot.
Oh.
Obviously, you've got your 2 different colourways there. And then on the reverse, I'll just turn this one round for the reverse. So you've got that little pocket on the back as well.
Oh, I just love it. Carol, thank you for sharing that with us. How cool is that? That just dependent on the different papers that you use, completely different feel to those, right? Totally and absolutely different. If you do want to treat yourself to the final few sort of 30%-ish, then do seize the moment right now. All of your info is on screen. And I know what you might be thinking. $7.99, a teapot? Brilliant. No. You get 3 teapots, 3 sets, including the likes of the words with this. So you really can play and have fun with them. As well as that on show, I have got for you some layering frames. And there is a big percentage of these ones gone as well. 60% of these has now gone. If you would like to see them, then these are perfect. If you wanted to do elements with maybe some of your favourite papers, maybe you're an artist and you have a drawing that you would particularly like to frame. Maybe you've got photographs that just mean so much to you, but you want to create even more of a memory with them. These are for you. If you order this, this is everything you're going to be getting your hands on. All of them beautifully worked out to be able to create frames which interlink, lock and layer. You have got different shapes and sizes of your frames, so these really will make for all of the different elements dependent on what, for example, photograph, picture, paper you want to use alongside these. So those are some of the shapes. I've got to show you some of the made up samples because quite frankly, we are just going to fall in love. There are so many things you can do with frames such as this. As I mentioned before, you know, just look at how eye-catching this design is. There's so much that you can create with them. And don't forget too that you can use them sort of portrait, landscape in many instances, depending on how you wish these to appear. Again, really good quality MDF here. They are so not flimsy at all. I mean, I don't know if this is a technical way to test them, but I'm going to anyway. Sturdy as you like. That's the sound test. Sturdy as you like. So the great thing with these is you know that when you are making memory pieces, when you are making moments to be cherished, you know that they are going to last and last and I mean, look at the shape of this one. Isn't that stunning? It's ornate without being overpowering, which I really appreciate with these. This one I think is going to make quite a few of you swoon. Have a little look at the beauty of the different uses of these designs. You're going to have a lot of fun with these and you're getting each shape. And this is another wonderful thing that I love about Dreamees, that it is for what you're getting, for the kind of the qualities that you're getting, seriously affordable. We have got for you $12.99 for each of those shapes I originally showed you. You don't have to pick your favourite, they're all there in one. So do seize the moment. We have got more people jumping in, we have got more people messaging in with questions, and do feel free to keep those questions coming in for the lovely Carol and of course Hayley, who is now over in Crafters Corner. Hi Hayley, how are you?
Hello, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I am very, very good because I'm so excited to be bringing these today. Give us a little hint. What are we going to be looking at next, please?
Well, we're looking at some things that I've not actually demoed. Actually, neither of us have demoed. So we're going to be using the floral edges.
Oh, yay!
Yes.
Exciting!
And the fretwork frills, we're using the Fluttering Flowers paper pad as well. We're using the moss, the sisal, we're using the heartfelt sentiments. If you managed to catch that, producer.
Yeah.
There's the list.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, blimey, she's got arm ache ticking all them off. Yeah, no problem. I love it.
Right, so what we're aiming for then is we're aiming for this. So this is the card that I've already got prepared, but I'll just show you how we got there. So this is just a 6x6 card. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the daisies that are in the floral edges. So you do get 2 edger dies as well. So one goes on either side, so you'll be able to see that one must go on the other side. They're slightly different because obviously the mirroring of the die, but you can see that lines up then perfectly on the edge, and then you've got one for the other side as well. So if you then want to cut that along the edge and get the shape, you can do, but it also stays within the cardstock if you don't use either of your edges, and you get that nice little daisy decor there. So what we're going to do then first is we're going to cut our daisies into the cardstock. So what I've done is I've just drawn myself a little line just in pencil there, just for me to line up the points of here, so I know roughly that it's going to be straight. So we're lining that up, and then we'll add some washi tape just to secure that. And then we're going to open out the card so that obviously it doesn't cut through both of the layers there. I'm just going to try and make sure that it is kind of centralized, so that we've got the same amount of daisy showing at the top and bottom. So I'm just going to run that through, make sure that's stuck in place. We need a bit more tape on that, it's going to move otherwise. I hate when I put it in the die cutter and then it's just moved slightly, hasn't it? Oh, it's a nightmare. Yeah. Right, so we'll flip that over. We don't want to cut into the magnetic mat. And
although it would be a lovely magnet.
It would.
It would be really nice.
I don't think Craig would be happy with me there when he's got to use it afterwards, would he?
No, to be fair, yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
Right, so we'll run that through, and then obviously with the edges, you can then create kind of an edging die for your backing papers as well, that'll butt up perfectly. So what I did with that is you just cut it straight into the edge of a piece of paper, such as that, and then you can line that up and then trim it into the right shape to then layer onto your card, which I'll show you in a second. But then if we take, this is where the die has run through, so we'll just peel off that washi tape. So that's cut that lovely daisy into the card there. So you could just leave it like that if you wanted to just have the daisies cut in, but then if you do want to shape the edge of it like I'd done, you would then just line up your edging die just down the side there. I think, is that yeah, that's the right one. And then we tape that in place and we can run that through again.
Ah, I see.
So you can create borders with them as well. So if you used both of the 2 edging dies, you'd create a nice little daisy border that you could then wrap around maybe a candle or something like that.
That's a good idea. Oh, we've got loads of questions coming in.
Lovely.
Kim's actually got a request. Can I ask if the kitchen or sweepy papers will come back in stock?
They can do. If you'd like to see them again, definitely.
Well, Kim has done one of these emoji faces, rosy cheeks and like a one of those. So I think, Kim, we can't get them today, but we'll work
maybe
as
next
charms.
time.
yeah, maybe next time. Thank you for that.
Right, so then if we take this one off, you'll be able to see that we've then cut that into the edge of the card there, and we've now got that nice daisy border.
Oh, pretty.
That is just showing through there. If I pop my white underneath, you'll be able to see. So obviously I've done that out of craft card, but the one we're actually using is the lilac. But you know, if you did a book and maybe use these as your edges, like the edge of your papers, you could make them as dividers or something like that. They're really pretty.
Yeah.
So then obviously you do the same thing. If I just grab, I can use this sheet of paper just to show you. You would then just line it up along the edge, the opposite side, because obviously we've used one edge for one side of the daisies. I would just line it up against the edge of my card, try and get it as straight as I could. And then that is going to cut into and create this piece here, which obviously it would be on the reverse of that for you. In fact, I've done it the wrong way round now. I want it that way round. And then obviously you're cutting into it. That's then going to leave this gap that's missing on here for you to then butt up against this design here.
Ah, clever.
So then it is going to look really quite precise, and it looks like you've really had to do a lot of effort for that, but you haven't. Which I love cards like that.
Yes.
Looks like I've had to try really hard, but I haven't.
Yeah.
Right, so we'll stick that one onto the front. So we're using the Fluttering Flowers papers here. So So I'm just adding a little bit of glue just around the edge. I'm just going to smooth it out as well because I don't want to lose any glue out the edge of it when we stick it on and get a lot of blobbing out of the side, if that's a technical term.
Yes, good. To be fair, I did describe, what was it, did I say? Oozability before.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I might have to grab that one and
Feel
use
free,
that.
I'll swap you.
Yeah. I haven't got that many good sayings though. Well, you get the raw end really.
Right, okay, yeah, all right, fair
I'll
enough.
have oozability, you get blobbing. Right, so we've stuck that one onto there, and then just on the inside, because obviously this is quite hidden against itself with the lilac, so we're just going to pop a bit of white inside. So I've just got, it's just plain white stamping card, so we could add a sentiment on here if you wanted to, or whatever you fancy. So it's just slightly smaller than the card blank, just onto there. And then now we can see that lovely daisy effect there once it's shut. So next, for the topper of the card, we're going to actually use a sentiment. So I've just got a piece of card cut to size, and we're going to use one of the heartfelt sentiments here. So I'm using, it's an Irish blessing that says, may your troubles be less, your blessings be more, and may nothing but happiness come through your door.
Aww.
So yeah, that's quite a nice one, isn't it?
So nice.
So we'll stick that on there, and then I'm just going to test where my stamp is. So the easiest way is obviously to lay it on the top of the cardstock, and then just fold your stamping platform on the top. And then you know exactly where it's going to be or where it should be. So we're just going to ink this up then, just using a brown, and then we can give that a good stamp. So if you are somebody that's not necessarily confident with stamping, then definitely get yourself a stamping platform. It is just a lifesaver. So push
You get it
down.
right each time.
Yeah, that's it. And then you've not got to worry. If, say you've missed a bit, you just go straight back in and you know it's in the same place. And
Yeah.
I mean, that one was fine, but for instance, it doesn't get a second print or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes when you do a second print, you feel like you've sort of had a gin, don't
Yeah.
you? Like it's a bit out of focus.
Yeah. You look a little bit dizzy, don't you? As you
Yes,
look at
you
it,
do,
and you're like,
yeah.
whoa, that's off.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just going to use just a dauber there. Just use a little bit of brown ink just on there. I'm just going to go just along the edge, just to add a little bit of feathering, just so that we've got a little bit of detail on there. And then this is going to layer up onto some nice cardstock as well. We've also got a few little bits to just put kind of at angles, just as added extras. You know, instead of adding lots of depth to the card, we can just add the layers of paper that are quite thin and, again, easy to post. You've not got to worry necessarily about the weight of it. Right, so that's going to go on this side then. So I've then just got a strip of paper that's going to go down the side. So this, again, is from the Fluttering Flowers. So it's really nice mixing the pale lilac and the pale blue as well. I think it's just a nice subtle colour scheme, and again, if you throw maybe your craft card in there, that's going to work as well.
Yeah. It's quite Mother of the Bride, actually, colour palette, isn't it?
Oh, it is,
Really
yeah.
pretty. Oh, Anne's just asked, what stamping platform are you using?
Oh, that's one of ours, that is. It's just a little 6x6 one we've got. If you're interested, we'll bring it for you.
Yeah. Oh, we've had more requests in now as well, Hayley.
That's when I open my mouth, that is.
I know, yeah. Can we have more Crafters at Work signs as well, please?
You can, yes.
Yeah. Again, not this instant.
No, but we'll bring them back at some point for you, definitely.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just popping my butterfly piece onto there. And then I don't think it needs to be layered on purple. It can just go on like that. In fact, we'll use a bit of foam tape just for that added depth.
Lovely.
And then that's just going to sit proud on the card there. So take the backs off of that. And then that can just sit into the centre there, I think. So then I've also got some of the fretwork flowers. I've pre-cut these just to save a little bit of time, really. And some butterflies as well. So the nicest thing, I thought I'd lost them all then, is in the papers you do get some nice butterflies. That one that I've just stuck on here.
Yeah.
So I've just chopped some of those butterflies out as an embellishment.
That's clever.
And then obviously it matches and you've not got to worry about the colour scheme or anything. So they're just going to pop on the side as well. But we'll do our flowers first, I think. We'll add a bit of sisal underneath where they're going to go. I think I'm going to pop them in this bottom corner here. So I've just got a little bit of sisal and I'm just roughly tying it into a bit of a knot, twisting it, making sure that I've got somewhere to add my glue to. So then that is just going to pop onto here. So I'm not using too much glue, but also just be careful when you are doing it. I'm very used to getting burnt fingers, so just don't do what I do.
Yeah, I always think a lot of crafters would be great in MI5 because most of us don't have fingerprints, do we?
No,
because of the hot glue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Great spies.
Right, so then I've got the fretwork flowers here. So I don't know if you'll be able to see, just around the edge you have kind of got almost dashes, so that then as you emboss on the back of the pin dot area, it sort of separates and adds an almost second dimension to it. So if I just flip that over, I'll be able to show you. If you just add the detail just onto there, it kind of splits away a little bit, but it is still connected, so you do just get that nice little frilled edge popping up.
Such a clever detail, that it really is.
Yeah. So you can see that obviously those edges, they've sort of split apart a little bit, just so you've got that nice border heading on there. Right, so we're just going to do the same thing with the second one of those and layer those up together. So we'll just add in a little bit of pressure just to the middle, but you can do plenty of different techniques. Anything you've seen, like when Mum twists with the tweezers, obviously you could just crease down the centres of the petals, whatever you fancy, and they'll just layer up really nicely. And then just with these, I'm just going to press in the centre, so these are a bit more pointy. So we've got 4 of those, so we're going to create 2 flowers with those. And then you do get some really nice little diddy ones as well in the set. So these are just little plain white ones. And again, I'm just going to roll around on the top of those ones. Right, so then we can add a little bit of hot glue just underneath this one. So then that's going to create that flower there. We're just going to press into the centre again, and that's just going to lift those petals up a little bit. And same with the blue ones. Oh, I think my glue gun's been on too long. It's bending the glue stick.
Uh-oh.
That happens to me so often. I just forget about my glue gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so then add another little bit just onto there.
I love how much personality these flowers have to them because of that kind of detail and design.
Yeah, that's it. And because they've got, like you say, so much detail on there, you've not necessarily got to do too much to them.
Yes.
You can just layer up a couple. They're easy, quick. And again, if you've got your Gemini Mini, just think about just die cutting those at night. It's going to be so easy just on your knee, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, so we'll bring the card back in there then, and then we can start to arrange these a little bit. So, just going to hopefully get a bit of hot glue out, and then just pop that onto the corner there.
Oh.
In fact, I might split these flowers. I'll just have 2 in the bottom and then a little bit in the top as well. So we'll just pop 2 onto the bottom here.
Oh, it's lovely.
And maybe a little bit more sisal at the top, just on there. And we can add some more of the little flowers up there as well. Now I know a lot of people in gardening, you do odd numbers, don't you?
Yes.
Whereas I'm a little bit funny and sometimes I'll just do even numbers.
Really?
And I just, oh yeah, as long as I'm having fun, I don't really care whether there's
the
right amount of flowers or not.
Who's got time for maths when you're crafting?
Exactly.
I like it.
Right, so we've just added those on there. I'm just going to add, I think, a little bit of the moss in there as well. I think we'll go for the natural. So you do get the 2 colours in the collection. So we're just going to add a little bit just into the sides there, just to fill that out.
Hayley, do you think this is a card that beginners can recreate?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the hardest bit, I would say, is the dies, and that was pretty simple.
Yeah.
You know, like the flowers, a lot of people do say to us, oh, my flowers never look as good as yours, but it is all about we've just practiced a lot, and it does come over time, but more than anything, no flower is perfect, is it? So as long as you're having fun, it doesn't really matter what the end result is. It's a flower and it looks perfect the way it is. So I'm just popping that little bit on there. And the embellishments as well, they add a lot to it without me doing too much.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we'll just add our 2 little butterflies. I think we'll add 1 just down here. Oh, and then we can add a few little pearls as well, just to finish it off. think we'll add that one up there as well, just to finish the framing. And then, yeah, we'll add some little pearls just into the centres of these flowers. So we're going to go for the AB white. So in that collection that we've got on the show, you do get an AB white and an AB hot pink as well, even though it looks quite red on the image. You also get the sage green, the pale green, and the red as well. So you do get about 100 per pot, so about 600 in total.
Blimey.
So you don't mind using them as much then? You know, if you're thinking, oh, that's gonna eat into my stash, you get quite a few. So you can be kind with people and give them 2 or 3 pearls and not feel bad about it.
I love that. That's good. Yeah.
And there we go.
Oh, just check this out. Oh, Hayley, I love it.
And obviously you could add a sentiment in there just to finish it off if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But I mean, that could just be a just to say card. It doesn't have to be a birthday or anything.
No.
It's just nice to lift someone's spirits.
And I think that is a smile-inducing card, definitely.
It is, yeah.
Thank you so much. How gorgeous is that, right? If you do fancy treating yourself, then of course you have got those fabulous fretwork frilled flowers. I will let you know though, over half the stock has gone on those ones. We have had so many sellouts already in this fabulous show, but do check out if you so wish. I'm about to bring to you some cathedral window embellishments, and I just wanted to show you the types of treats that you can make with these wonderful elements. These are ornate in essence, but as you can see here, we'll add dimension to designs that are so incredibly desirable. Just look at that. And the lovely thing is, you've got a selection of them. So I'm bringing you 8 in total, and here are the styles that you can get your hands on. So here is one of the designs. I love this. It's got sort of a touch of the kind of Art Deco-esque actually in shape, isn't it? Design. Really wonderful and ornate. And then you have this one, which I've just shown you, made up into that design there. Again, you are going to be getting 4 of each of these. And today, to grab each of the 2 different designs, 4 of each, you are going to be, in fact, that one there, we have got for you £7.49 or $10.75. Let me remind you that these ones we have got exclusive for 7 whole days. So if you do want to seize the moment, you're going to be one of the first people in the world to treat yourself to these ones, which is always a great thing. So do feel free, especially when we've got that discount. I mean, pretty special. So if you do want to seize the moment, absolutely do. And don't forget, depending on how you use them, I'll show you this again as a little reminder, so that you can recreate some stunning designs. You could use these as frames as well, couldn't you? I quite like the idea of sort of, you know, photographs in these elements, maybe some cheeky people peeping their faces. We've got for you loads of them. There's so many people messaging in. Loads of people were messaging earlier on. Val just made me smile with lovely teapot, Carol. I just thought it was really nice. Val. Sherry's in saying, I love that Hayley is a free spirit. I love that. Loads of people saying, this is lovely. Wow, what an awesome card. There's just so many people absolutely loving and adoring these designs. And as you are loving and adoring them, we're not going to stop the crafting. Oh no, we're going to be giving you loads of opportunities to get your hands on more treats and to be inspired. For now though, I don't like when anybody misses out on something that they fancy, especially when it's to do with creativity. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes for you to just go check out your baskets, because then you can sit back, relax and be inspired by the fabulous craft from Carol and Hayley. If you've got any questions, get social, but for now, I'll see you in a few minutes.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours. I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing. Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day. Quick Buy. All your crafting must-haves in a flash. Put away your tape measure and fabric scissors. The Threader's fabric cutter offers accuracy and precision with every cut. This handy tool slices through fabric in a guillotine style. Its ergonomic design features a comfortable and protective handle, so it's safe and easy to use whether you're right or left-handed. Its 45mm rotary blade will cut up to 6 layers of fabric at a time, so your sewing, quilting, and upholstery project times are cut down to size. It's equipped with a measuring guide in metric and imperial for a perfectly accurate cut every time. The built-in grid ruler has 30-degree, 45-degree, and 60-degree angle lines, so you can cut fabric on any angle, including the bias. Quick Buy. All your crafting must-haves in a flash. Quick Buy. All your crafting must-haves in a flash. Make your die cutting tools last as long as your love for crafting with the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates. Your metal dies are put under lots of pressure with each pass through your Gemini die cutting machine. So to make sure they cut crisp, clean, delicate designs for years to come, you need to look after your dies, and that's where the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates come in. Quick Buy. Get yours now.
Hello and welcome back. Have you checked out your baskets? Round of applause. Nice work to you. We will be refreshing our pages and letting you know our stock update in just a moment. Before that though, did your peepers pass the hanging frames? If you missed them, don't worry, I'm here to show you them. These are wonderful elements of home decor that will bring to your house individuality and creativity that is as unique as you are. These frames are phenomenal. There's loads of different elements that you're getting with these, which is really, really cool. And you're getting 2 different designs that mimic each other wonderfully, but as you can see, different sizability to them. These frames, I think, are lovely, not only for your own home. You know how when you go into people's house, I mean, I haven't counted, but I really should. If I were to go round to my friends' houses and count how many, like, love, laugh, lives, the stickers that they've got, everyone, everyone's got them. They're beautiful, don't get me wrong. You can create any kind of sentiment, any design, and any colourway for your own home that you want just by getting your hands on these ones today. And I really like that because I love a little bit of quirkiness. I love that you've got something that nobody else has. It's not like you've just been down the department store and everyone's got the same. This is true individuality. So let me show you how they start off live. If you've never seen Dreamees before, you're going to love a fair few things about them. They're sturdy, they are precise, and they create wonderful things like I've just shown you, starting off life like this. Also, one of my favourite things about Dreamees, odd thing coming up, but hi, my name's Becky, if we haven't met before, it's kind of my thing. Smell amazing. You have got here the wonderful MDF elements which are creating the basis for your designs. So basically, the hard bit's been done for you, meaning that all that's left for you to do is use your imagination and have a bit of fun. So you're getting the different sizes here. You've got your top, your base, and your middle. And then I've got the others in the larger sizes as well. So just again, to give you an idea of those differences in sizes. All of these work in together to be able to create designs such as this. Whether you only like to work with paint, you can just paint these up and make something stunning. Whether you just want to work with beautiful papers, you can do that too. There really isn't anything you can't not do with these, just so long as you set your mind to it. The designs today, you're saving 15% on these ones, so do absolutely seize the moment. And just think as well, if it's for your own home, have you got any friends who might like something like this? Have you got that person in your family who's like impossible to buy for? It gets around to, you know, kind of their birthday and you think, what am I going to get them? Homeware always goes down a treat, right? You can make these any colours and individual as much as you like. So do seize the moment on those ones if you so wish. Great for a new home as well. Just a thought. We have got loads more treats on the way for you. Do keep those messages coming in on social, and I will be asking these questions and basically giving your praise as we go on. For now, though, Carol's got something interesting in front of her. What have you got, Carol?
I've got one part of the frames. So this is the larger one, and here, if you can see, I've used the, if we say the base one, so the bottom one. But don't forget, you are getting, what are you getting? 2, 4, 6. So you're getting 12 pieces. So if you wanted to use them individually, then obviously you've got 12 different projects. Yeah. So like this one, obviously is the base, but I've done that as the top one. You're not forced to use the holes. You can cover over those if you want to that. Yeah. And then like this one, this is what I'm going to be showing you. So that could be one piece.
Yeah.
And then if you back that with card, or you can see through it, acetate or anything like that. Lovely. And that is the back of that one. So that could be 2 pieces. So if you want to get more from your kit, then obviously do it like that.
Oh, I do love a frugal crafter.
I know. Oh. Well, we've got to be, haven't we?
Yeah.
Right, so the papers I'm using are the fluttering flowers. So because we don't always cover the MDF, I thought I'll do that live so you can see. And all I do is just let's use the other glue. Just add the glue onto the MDF. Any glue will be okay. If you're not sure on the glue, then obviously just try it on a spare piece. And then I literally just spread that to the edge. In this instance, because this is going to be the middle, then obviously I've only got to put it into the middle there. So we just pop that onto there.
If you do love this paper, currently sat at the bottom of your screen, you're going to be getting the 8x8s for just £8.99 or $16.38. And it is a beautiful colour palette that we've got here. And in fact, don't forget, Pantone's colour of the year that we're looking at this year would be really complementary with this kind of shade. So just worth thinking about.
So what you tend to do is just smooth over it with your hands to make sure you don't get any like creases or anything like that in it. It's worth spending time doing that and getting your glue all underneath.
Right.
Just because it just makes it better to look at as well. Right, so then I've just got some white card and another piece of the fluttering flowers paper. So we're just going to add this across here. So I'm decorating this to start with, and then I will put my top layer on after.
Perfect.
Okay, so let's just get that onto there. That is going to go across there, and also I have got the middle of the doily again. So that's just being done in the white card. So what I'm going to do is just slip that through there. So it's loose at the moment. And I'm just going to add a little bit of glue just on this edge. I've got the wrong one again, haven't I? That one.
Yeah.
Right, so just add a little bit of glue just on there so it's going to hold onto there. And then we can move that around if we want to. And then we just pop some more glue onto this edge to hold that piece, make sure it's level. And then also, if we want to fasten that down, which I'm going to do, just pop a little bit of glue on there, just so I can just pick it up with my finger. And just little bits on there, and then that will hold into there as well.
Lovely.
Just so we've got that. Right, so then I've got a little flag. So I'm going to pop this on first before I put my layer on again. So let's just get a little bit of glue across the top of there. Just pop that there. Then we can fold this, well, curve it up a little bit as well. So that's that onto there, and then we can place this on then. Okay.
Lovely.
So I will do this with hot glue, just because it's going to be a bit speedy. A bit speedy. That's a good word, isn't it? A bit speedy.
Just a bit speedy. Not
Right.
too speedy.
Not
just a
too
bit
speedy, but just a bit speedy. Right, so the thing is with hot glue as well, once it's in, it's in.
Yeah.
So, same again, if I was at home, I would use the wet glue, just so you can ease it about a little bit if you need to, but that's not too bad at all. Right, so then we're just going to bring the stamps in now. So what I'm using is the Love Always collection. So I've got the bottle and the 2 wine glasses here. I'm just going to stamp these out, but this is not what we're using as in the colours of the paper, because I've got them already done.
Right.
Just so you can see them stamped out. Again, stamping platform, because they are the bottle especially is quite a biggish stamp. So that is what we've got there. So we can see all those stamped out nicely there. We just missed a little bit there, so let's just go back in for that. So there are the stamps on there.
Lovely.
And what I've done, I've stamped them in the white card, and then I've stamped again in one of the papers, and then just cut all the elements out. So I've got the sturdiness of the card, and then we're just going to paper piece these on top.
Lovely.
So just so we've got that little bit of colour that's going in with the papers as well. So just pop this onto here. So on the actual bottle, I've just left a little border. On the bits that I've cut out that I'm going to paper piece, I've cut on the line.
I see.
So, just so it gives you that little bit of an edge of like a topper as well.
Gorgeous.
So we just pop all that around. So just place that onto there, just a little bit of glue. Just bring that down, let's just get that little bit of glue on there. Okay. And then I've got the bottle neck. Just place that on as well. I do like paper piecing though, it just makes it look a little bit different, and you've got your white edge, and then I've also done it with the glasses, just using like whatever's in the glass. In this case it's blue. I don't know what drink you get that's blue, but never mind.
Blue WKD.
Oh, I thought you might know, Becky.
For anyone who doesn't know what that is, it is a not so posh alcopop. They have different flavours. There is orange flavour, raspberry flavour. There is also just blue. Yeah, so it could be that. Yeah. Put a little port in it. Cheeky Vimto. Ooh. Yeah.
And also at this point, if you wanted, you know, like if you was doing this for congratulations or wedding, you could even put a little wedding, either horseshoe or something like that, or some initials on there even.
That's
would
a nice
look
idea.
quite nice. Right, so we're just going to get some foam pad onto here. Let's just get a little bit on the top bit as well.
And obviously, I suppose, dependent on kind of how you coloured it, if it was, say, you know, say someone had a particular penchant for a particular type of, you know, fizz, you could make it that colour as well. Maybe, like me, you know someone who's obsessed with tomato ketchup. You could colour it like that, couldn't you?
Exactly, yes,
you
you
could
could,
make anything, couldn't you?
Yeah, never thought about that. Right, so then we're just going to pop the glasses just inside here. So just offset those. These I am doing flat because you have got that ridge of the second layer of the MDF. So we just pop those into there. And then I have got some flowers and some sprigs. So the sprigs and the flowers are from the sugared blooms.
Got you.
So this, I don't think we've done this today on here, but I've cut out the back of the flowers, so the plain one, and then the detailed one. So you've got these little hearts that just pop up there.
Oh, they're so cute.
So I'm going to put the plain one and then just pop that onto there.
Lovely.
And then they're going to pop up. So we're just going to trim into these, just into these little bits here.
Whilst you're getting trimmy with it, I will let you know that it is time to vote for demo of the show. Just a quick reminder, I'll run through them whilst we're here, and then we'll have a little nosy at what the lovely Carol's got. Numero uno, we have got for this show, made by Craigle Bagel himself. Numero dos, so 1, 2. I'm just showing off my Spanish. But then I get to 4 and I forget. So 1, 2, demo 3 is here. This is the easel card. Demonstration number 4 is this one here. Demonstration number 5. And then, if you recall, with the lovely Carol, we've got demonstration number 6, which is just there in front of Carol, which is the teapot that was completed. And then we'll have a little zoom in on it for you now. So it's this one. So that is number 6, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6. And then we had the lovely one made by Hayley, which is the purple one that we did earlier on, which is just at the side there as well, which is number 7. Cool, we haven't half crammed them in, eh? Eh? Haven't we? So do get voting on those ones. Should we also add on in the one that we're doing now? Yeah, let's add that one in as well. Yeah, go on. Yeah, you look, because you get the feel of it, don't you? So do feel free to pick your favourite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8. I know there's a lot to go through there. I do apologise, but it's all the crafting. So do get your votes in on social media. I'm back with you, Carol.
Thank you. So I've just added these flowers onto here. So if you can see this one here, I've just brought the little hearts up, and you get the little hearts in every size on there. So these are the 2 smallest ones, I believe. So right, we'll just pop that one on there. So, you know, you can do your different sizes. Right, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of a sprig there, which again are from the sugared blooms. And then we'll just add these 2 on here. Just getting those underneath.
Oh, so
and this is an added bit from the sample that I'd already done.
Mm-hmm.
But I just thought it needed something in that corner. And then obviously we would add pearls as well. Do you want me to leave it down? Yep.
Yeah, leave it there.
Yeah, so that is the one we've just done. And this one's the original. And then just add some pearls on there. And as you can see, I've put extra flowers on that one.
Oh, yeah. A little extra je ne sais quoi. Carol, thank you for that. Aren't they beautiful? If you do fancy seizing the moment, it's your Hanging Frames collection. 12 individual elements that will make up 2 beautiful hangable designs. So if you do want to seize the moment, very low in stock on those ones right now. So do seize the moment. Loads of papers we've had on show. Some of them extremely low in stock. So again, please do be quick as you can. Just to let you know, we have had a winner through for number 3 is in today with lovely Craig. So well done to him. We're going to be voting. We've got more votes because we've got more makes coming up later, including demo of the day. I'm excited. Carol and Hayley, thank you so much. Please don't go anywhere.
No.
Good, because I've locked the door. No, Carol and Hayley will be back with us really soon because we have got some more fabulous mates coming up with them shortly. Just to let you know, we have got Cartload on the way for you as well. If you've never seen a Cartload before, get ready for some absolute bargains, but also more fabulous demonstrations because quite frankly, it's the best time to get involved if maybe there's been elements that you've missed in the past, and it's a really nice time to get really interactive with us as well. So it's well worth bearing it in mind. Little bit of advice, if you fancy it, head on over to our website now and see what we've got left over of the Dreamees. Dreamees team will be back with us shortly. We will see you in an hour. See you then. Bye-bye.